getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind Your Arc Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind Your Arc Basketball. And what's good, everyone? Welcome in. Happy Thursday night out to you guys out there as we have Boston Celtics back in action tonight. The Celtics at the TD Garden hosting the Chicago Bulls. Boston, a record of 21-5 currently. The number 2 team in the NBA behind Cleveland this season. The Celtics are rolling. They've won 2 straight in a row. They are 12-2 in their previous 14 games. 11-3 on their home floor tonight. Should be a fascinating matchup with a ton of points in store. Chicago, a record of 12-15. They're 8-6 on the road. They've won 2 straight games as well. Currently tied for 9th place in the Eastern Conference, alongside with the Pacers. If you guys are new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe for this one here tonight. And the Celtics coming in as heavy favorites, 14.5-point favorites. The over-under set at 241.5 for tonight's game. The Celtics have won 5 straight games against Chicago, 124 plus points or greater in the last 4 games for the Celtics, as they've had no issue with scoring the ball against the Bulls in the past couple of years. The Celtics also winning 4 straight games at home, the last home loss going back to 2021 in this series. Hey, what's good, Ward? Anastasia, welcome in. Thanks all for joining back in tonight. What should be a fascinating game here. Both of these teams inside the top 6 in the NBA in points scored per game this season. Celtics putting up 119.9 points per game, number 3 in the NBA. Chicago just 1 point shy of the Celtics on average at 118.9, ranking number 6 in the NBA. The Bulls have had no issue scoring the ball. The issue has been on the opposite side of the floor, their defense. And going into this game tonight, some severe question marks about how they can stop the Celtics in this game, because it's going to be very, very difficult. Chicago, second worst defense behind the Wizards in the NBA this season, giving up around 122 points per game. And this is a really good opportunity tonight for the Celtics to make it 3 to row. A home game going up against an opponent that struggles to defend, especially inside the paint. They have the worst paint defense in the NBA. I'm liking Jason Tatum tonight to have a huge game for JT. He had 35 points, 14 rebounds in the first match against the Bulls on Black Friday. And if they just play inside with Tatum and play downhill, then he's going to have a massive game. And also around the perimeter, you get guys like Peyton Pritchard that's knocking down big-time threes lately. 29 points in the last game. He had a humongous game. Jaylen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis, each with 21. These guys very well could drive once again against the Chicago team tonight, where the Bulls rank bottom of the NBA in total defense this year. And this is the matchup that I feel like the Celtics can drive upon with their explosive offense. Number 1 in 3-point makes this season. If they can get it fast in transition and the Bulls struggle to get back, then this game could get out of hand if the Celtics keep on playing like how they've been playing, preaching towards hanging their hats on the defensive side of the floor recently for Boston. Previous 2 games, they've allowed the Pistons and Wizards to under 100. So if Chicago can't get into their rhythm, which is through their offense, then it's going to be tough to hang in against the Celtics tonight. And I can figure why that line's at 14.5 going into this one tonight. Hey, what's good? Mikey in the street, welcome in. Ready to rumble indeed for this game. If you guys are new in the channel, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. The Celtics looking to see if they can take care of business tonight in this one. Yeah, I'm really liking Peyton Pritchard to have a huge game. Here's one that caught my attention that's like a long slot for Peyton Pritchard. I was looking at the lines for this game. Peyton Pritchard double-double this afternoon on DraftKings. He had a plus 1,400 odds for a double-double. He's racked up 2 straight double-doubles in a row, 27 points, 10 assists against the Pistons a week ago, and then he had 15 points, 11 rebounds against the Wizards on the Sunday. That's one that's possibly considering like worth a flyer right there for Peyton Pritchard, but I really like his overs tonight. Over 3.5 made threes for him. That's the over-under number. And he's got off last 7 out of 10 games. He has dropped down at least 5 threes or greater. Peyton Pritchard, really like his over 15.5, especially with Sam Hauser not playing tonight in this game. Sam Hauser's listed out. Peyton Pritchard in the last 7 out of 10 as well. He has scored above 16 or greater, and he dropped down 29 against Chicago in that Black Friday game. So guys with like high offensive efficiency, Peyton Pritchard is one of the top players this year in the NBA in offensive efficiency. Jason Tatum, top scorer of the team. I think those guys are going to do really, really well going up against the Chicago Bulls defense, which ranks at the bottom of the league this season here. We're seeing a lot of the strengths here for the Celtics where Peyton Pritchard drives. It's been against those bottom-tier defensive opponents like the Pistons, the Wizards, and we've seen that most recently, the Celtics playing a lighter schedule than usual, allowing Pritchard to thrive and really just rise up here as the front runner for Sixth Man of the Year candidate. So, yeah, welcome back in. Thanks for joining in for TMCK once again. And very soon we're going to tip off in this one. Got some games going on in the NBA currently as well. Jazz lead the Pistons 22-11. Thunder up against the Magic in the early going in that game. Magic just scored. It's back and forth. Thunder just scored as I spoke there. 27-26 now Thunder lead. That Jazz and Pistons score just updated, so it's not as close as I had just said. It's 39-17. Utah by 18 points in a road game at Detroit that they're leading right now. The Hornets and Wizards very close early on. Two teams at the bottom. The NBA 29-27 Washington. Yet to see him so far for Jungle Pitbull, but welcome in Troy here on the stream. Yeah, I hope so, Warren. Celtics really needed this week of rest that they've got for them. This is their third game in a week span for 7 days. Much better than playing 6 games in an 8-day stretch like they did a few weeks ago. But yeah, able to get some rest, and we've seen that since they've been on this little mini break for the NBA Cup, that they've had some space in between games. They have really just ramped it up defensively, and that's why I like the Celtics tonight in this game on the line to cover that 14.5 spread for the point spread, because I think for sure they're going to get their points tonight, 120, 125, but their defense really stepping up. I can see the Celtics in this game limiting Chicago to around the 100s in this game, and that magic number is 113. All the Celtics have to do is allow Chicago to 113 or under. They're going to win this game. Celtics are 16-0 this season when they've allowed their opponents to 113 points or less. So if they commit to how they've been playing defense recently for them, they're going to pick up the win in this game, and it could be by 15 to 20 plus points. If they're cooking in the points, Chicago can't put together defensive stops, and then the Celtics on the other side are able to make multiple defensive stops against the Bulls. This could be a really, really just big difference in the score at the end of this game, I see. Yeah, Celtics getting healthy as well, so Porzingis is back tonight for this one, so that's a great sight right there. So he is back tonight, available. Celtics only with one guy listed out, that's Sam Hauser tonight. So there you go, it allows more opportunities too for Peyton Pritchard. Peyton Pritchard is under prop for the 3-point shots for makes was at just 3.5 for today's game. That's one of the go-tos right there that I see that is a must lock, in my opinion, would be Peyton Pritchard over 3.5 made threes for this game. He's racked up 5+ made threes in the last 7 out of 10 for him. And the teams that he struggled against are more the better defensive teams. He had 7 made threes the last time he took on Chicago. Basically, the majority of his shots that he attempts, around 90%, are the 3-ball as well. Both of these teams could be just chucking up threes throughout this game. Both of these teams are just so good offensively, but in terms of defense, the defense just hasn't been existent this year for the Bulls here. We got 30 plus right now. If you guys are doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Yeah, this is an easier stretch for the Celtics schedule, then it ramps up in January. They got just a much, much tougher schedule. They go against a bunch of Western Conference teams in the month of January. Yeah, they got their work cut out right at the beginning of the new year. Minnesota, Houston, OKC, Denver. That's a 4-game road stretch to open up the year, January 2 through January 7. It gets quite a bit lighter. Sacramento, New Orleans, Raptors, Magic, Hawks are in there. On January 18th, they got a 4-game road stretch once again at Golden State, the Clippers, the Lakers, and the Mavs. So yeah, they've got their work cut out. They've got Houston twice in January. They've got a lot of tough matchups. That stretch is really difficult. Minnesota, Houston, OKC, and Denver. Minnesota's been playing much, much better recently. So is Denver right now. Denver needed that break for sure. And they've got back to their defensive ways as well. What we've seen in the 3+ day break for these teams coming out of this NBA Cup break is that a lot of these games are more like defensive style that's been coming out of this NBA Cup break. So that's where I got confidence tonight here that the Celtics can keep on doing what they're doing and really just turn it up defensively like the previous 2 games where they have found their niche. And on the defensive side of the ball, coming up with massive blocks, racking up steals, forcing together stops. And Derek White's been key for that as well. I saw some of his numbers going into this game seemed very low for steals for him. I like Derek White over his steals at 1.5, over his blocks at just a half block is what he was listed on for the over-under blocks. And both of those, he's had multiple steals and blocks in the previous 5 games or so. What's good? Rain in the street. Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Gonna tip off here in a couple minutes from now. Thanks all for your patience, everybody. Wow, what a lopsided first quarter. Utah leads at Detroit 48-19 right now. Yeah, great question right there by Mikey. I hope that Kate is able to get some minutes and make positive contributions because I think last couple of games he's had a tough time for Keita. I think he's going to get some minutes tonight. I think Joe's going to rotate guys, and Porzingis as well is coming back from that heel injury that he had on Sunday. So I expect Porzingis to have his minutes docked down a couple minutes from what the usual is and give guys like Keita an opportunity. All right, going to tip off in just a moment. Hopefully, Drew Holiday can step it up offensively tonight. This could be a get-it-right game for Drew. Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis, the starting 5 for the Celtics, going up against Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu, Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams, and Nikola Vucevic, the starting 5 for Chicago. Vucevic had 30-plus points in the last meeting against the Celtics on Black Friday. Got to limit him inside the post. He went 11 for 16 in that game. Jason Tatum, hoping a huge night for JT tonight. 35 points, 14 rebounds in the previous meeting at Chicago on Black Friday. Jaylen Brown, we'll see if he bounces back and plays like a madman tonight. His mom's house actually got robbed a couple days ago when he was at the game in Washington. His mom's house got robbed for Jaylen Brown, and also one of the assistant coaches, Emil Jefferson, we later found out, it was reported today by the Boston News that Emil Jefferson's house got broken into. So it's a rash of player break-ins that we've seen recently. It started, I think, last month. Patrick Mahomes' house got broken into when he was at a game on Sunday for Kansas City. And, yeah, just unfortunate we're seeing just a rash of these break-ins keep on happening throughout, different professional sports leagues. Celtics, white jerseys, green numbers, green letters for this matchup tonight on their home court. Looking to take care of business. Black uniforms, red numbers in the back of the uniforms, red letters in the front, the white numbers in the back with the last name for Chicago for tonight's matchup here. And 2 teams that can score the ball with some major offensive production. The Celtics number 3 in the NBA in the points scored, 120 points per game almost. Chicago averaging just under 119, ranking number 6 in the association in points scored. Celtics left to right in the floor, right to left for Chicago. It will be Porzingis and Vucevic going up for the opening tip here as we are underway, and the Celtics control the opening tip. Derek White takes up the floor, opening possession, slides it off to Tatum, looking for a huge night for JT at 35 on Black Friday. Off the Brown, bounce pass behind his back, sets up Porzingis, pops up for the three, no good, missed off the bottom right part of the backboard. A rebound controlled by Dosunmu. First possession here for Chicago. Chicago leading the NBA in total pace this season. Vucevic swings it outside, top of the key, three, launched by Chicago, rattles in for the three ball by Patrick Williams. Probably going to see a lot of threes most likely in this game between these two teams. Brown attacks inside the paint, gutted a drop over Levine, up and through, good for two. So Jaylen Brown, first one on the board, great sight to see there for JB. He's had a couple of games that he's been off recently. Williams at the left wing perimeter, bounce pass off to Levine. Levine turns the corner, bounce pass over to Williams underneath, guarded by Porzingis. Williams turn around, right block, no good, missed off the back rim. Tatum soars up, grabs the defensive rebound, up the court finds Brown. Brown elevates for the three, takes it off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound controlled by White though, outside of Tatum. Tatum at the left wing, dribbles, drives, right down the lane inside with the right hand, finishes, up and in off the backboard, good for two for JT. Too easy right there. Jason Tatum knows the driving lanes, playing against the worst team in the NBA in point paints given up this season. Patrick Williams denied by Porzingis. White comes up with a basketball here, up the floor for Derek White. Slides it off to Holiday. Holiday drives, attacks the paint, step back jumper, mid-range, off the mark, no good. Brown missed the tip back. Battle for the rebound, controlled by Kobe White though. Chicago down by one. Right baseline, dribble White. Swings it outside to Sumu. Sumu drives down the paint over Porzingis. No good. Missed it with the right hand. Too strong off the glass. The Celtics come down with a basketball, committing to play defense early on in this one to White. Off to Holiday at the corner. Into the hands to Porzingis. Shovels off to the left wing. Holiday spots up. Launches the three. No good off the mark. And it will go back to Chicago. Out of bounds. Couple looks for the Celtics, just not able to hit those shots. Drew Holiday, pretty good look off the Porzingis screen, but he left it towards the left side of the rim, skidding out. So much more of a defensive start here. 7 combined points in the first 2 minutes of action. Dosunmu off to Vucevic, into the hands to White. Kobe White around the perimeter working on White 101. That is Derek White working on, or Kobe White working on Derek White. Skip pass, left wing, Levine gets around Derek White, takes the deep two, missed off the mark, no good. And both of these teams with a little bit of a break, having a tough time making their shots so far. Celtics with the ball. Tatum moves it on top of White, catching fire, takes it off the mark, no good, as Vucevic soars up for the defensive rebounds. Both of these teams bricking shots recently. Patrick Williams, corner three, no good, settled at the top of the backboard, out of bounds. It'll be Celtics basketball. Yeah, exciting week in fantasy. Huge week for the fantasy playoffs. So I saw that my fantasy team in the fantasy league's so it has the best record out of anybody this year. But when I looked at the prediction, my team's actually predicted a couple points fewer than my opponent right now. Tatum at the top. Tatum one-on-one off the Porzingis screen, lobs it off the Porzingis inside the key, draws the double team, swings it outside to White. He takes the three, no good, off the back rim. So Derek White not able to find his stroke so far. Here goes Kobe White. Drives, attacks, no good off the glass. Offensive rebound right back to White, though. White bounce past Vucevic. Backs his way in Holiday. Vucevic pivot underneath. Scores up and in off the backboard. 5-4 now for Chicago. Celtics going to play downhill against the worst paint defense in the NBA. Tatum, jumper, mid-range, off the mark. Good opportunity right there. Right idea for Tatum. Just not able to hit it on a shot that he usually is able to connect on. Levine at the top, slides it off to White at the left wing. Kobe White outside left corner off to Dosunmu here. 8:20 left to go in the first. Back to Kobe White, defended by Brown. A 6 in the shot clock. Up fake. Dosunmu drives inside the paint on Holiday. Blocked by Holiday. Celtics come up with a basketball. They got numbers here up the floor. Derek White running the point 2-0 in favor of blocks for the Celtics. Brown turns the corner right to the rim. He scores up and in off the backboard with a layup by Jaylen Brown. Timeout taken on the floor by Chicago. 6-5. Defensive game so far. That plays into the favor of the Celtics right now. Setting the tone, playing with physicality. Their shots not really have been able to fall, but once they do, watch out because they're already committing towards playing defense tonight. That's a reason why I took the under in this game at 141.5. It was at 241.5. It was actually at 244 yesterday for the over under, but decided to take the under for this one because the Celtics are capable against the Chicago team of racking up like 120, 125 points that they could be having on the scoreboard. And for my prediction for Chicago tonight, I've got them probably around 105, 110-ish for them in total points. And Celtics defense coming in clutch so far in this game, and eventually their shots are going to drop. They've yet to have Peyton Pritchard check on the floor coming off the bench. If he gets hot, then this team takes off. 4 points by Jaylen Brown. Tatum got 2. Everything scored in the paint so far for the Celtics, yet to connect on the 3, 0 for 5 from the perimeter. This is kind of similar of how they started against other teams. They started off slow from 3 against Washington and really picked it up, though, in the later stretch of that game and went off from the perimeter. So if they're missing shots right now, sooner rather than later, they're going to be making buckets. They've had the looks. Derek White's been open on a couple occasions. He just hasn't been able to make them so far. And once he is able to find his rhythm after quite a lengthy break from Sunday, then they're going to take off, soar up, and going to have a big dub here if they keep it up tonight. What's good, Uncle Pizzle on the stream? Welcome in, man. Thanks for joining back in. If you guys are new to the channel, we got almost 60 plus watching. Make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Patrick Williams, 3 points for him. Nikola Vucevic has 2 right now so far. Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis with 1 block each to begin this game. Really good start here for the Celtics. All through their defense so far. Jazz leading the Pistons 50-29. Thunder up against the Magic, looking to bounce back after Tuesday, where the Bucks got the best of them. Thunder looking good right now, 45-32. Hornets lead the Wizards 41-40. The Raptors just tipped off against the Nets. It's 10-9 Toronto. So excellent start for the Celtics defense. A block each by Holiday and Porzingis. And a 1-point lead. And once these shots start to drop, then could be sayonara to Chicago in this game if the Celtics get into a rhythm. The Bulls will have the basketball right to left on the floor for Chicago as we come back to action as they get the inbound. LaVine. He crosses midcourt. Pressure by Jaylen Brown. Zach LaVine. Top of the key. Slides it off to the left wing off to DeSumo as he's guarded by Holiday on the outside. Patrick Williams. Williams drives in Porzingis inside the paint. Williams outside finds Lonzo Ball. Launches the 3 off the back room. No good. Tip to the corner out of bounds. And the last touched off of, I believe, the Celtics here. It will stay Chicago basketball. Been a long time since Lonzo. Good to see that he is back for Chicago as he had a couple years off after devastating injury, just wasn't able to heal right, and then able to come back a couple weeks ago. Finally was able to check in. Oh, I saw a player prop here that's really interesting tonight that I'm really liking the over. That is LaMelo Ball for Charlotte tonight. So right now they're already playing against Washington. Yeah, I saw it earlier this afternoon. Really liked his prop for over 7.5 assists. He had 12 assists in his first game back against Philadelphia on Monday. And just one of the top playmakers in the league. Usually hitting that 7.5 mark recently, though, for him. But I feel like he's going to get higher than that 7.5 because he's coming back from injury, so he's probably going to be more confident as a playmaker compared to a scorer with his only second game back coming back from injury. That is LaVine who just jammed it down with authority. Tatum, step back 3 in the air, takes it, and he makes it from downtown. JT rips it down to shoot for the triple. First made 3 of the game for the Celtics. 19 made 3s per game they're averaging in the NBA. That is on pace for the most made 3s per game in NBA history. LaVine, top of the key, makes it for the triple right over Derek White in response. Scoring start to pick up right now, 10-9. Celtics with the possession. Brown finds Tatum at the top. Tatum 4 for 8 from the perimeter in the last game against Chicago. Bounce pass behind his back off to Porzingis. Handoff Tatum towards his left. Tatum steps into another 3. Came up short as the Bulls come up with the basketball here. LaVine takes up the floor. Celtics just 1 for 7 from the perimeter. I thought Joe Mazzulla loves the analytics or so going up against the worst paint defense in the NBA. You got to realize that. Missed reverse hand layup. Derek White attacks inside the paint. Oh, it's too easy. Derek White with an easy layup. Where's the paint defense there out in transition? Got to do that all game long. 8 out of the 11 so far by Boston coming through the paint. Bulls with possession. Edge of the midcourt logo right now with Zach LaVine. LaVine defended by Brown. Bounce pass left wing. Sets up a wide open three by Dosunmu, and he rips it down and through for the three ball. 13-11. Scoring start to pick up right now. Some openings in the Celtics defense that the Bulls have caught. Brown fires a fastball. Right corner. Pops up for the three. Porzingis off the mark. No good. And the Celtics are turning this right now into a three-point shooting contest. 5:35 left to go in the first. Both of these teams playing a lot of high-paced basketball right now. LaVine at the right wing perimeter. LaVine working on White. LaVine moves it outside off to Lonzo. Bounce pass the elbow off to Vucevic. Offensive foul. Lonzo Ball, unaware of his surroundings, rams right into Jaylen Brown, who takes the charge, and it will go back to the Celtics. Yeah, I'm not really like a fan of it too. So from what I heard is that they're going to have 3 teams chosen. Peyton Pritchard here checks on the floor. So the whole new NBA All-Star Game format, 3 teams chosen, and then the 4th team is going to be like the Rising Stars team. And then they're supposed to play like semifinal games against one another. So Team A will play Team B, and then Team C will play Team D as Derek White takes the 3, bricked off the back rim, no good, and Chicago comes up with a defensive rebound. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it, changing it, and I think they're only supposed to play up to like 41 points in the games or something like that. Like, I want the All-Star Game to mean something someday, like the MLB when they play for home court or home field advantage in the playoffs, like something to mean something sometime. And now they split it up into 4 teams, and 3 of those teams are like actual NBA All-Star teams, and then the 4th team is the Rising Stars team. It's very, very odd. Chicago just committed another offensive foul, so yeah, I'm not a fan of it either at all. Boston with possession. 4:40 left to go in the first. Tatum slides it off to Porzingis. Pritchard yet to get a touch. He's open at the right corner. They go to the left corner, though, for White. Step back 3 in the air. Tatum off the mark. No good. Tipped up to Horford for the offensive rebound. Tatum, left baseline dribble. Tatum to the cup. Tatum, no good. Missed the layup, and the rebound ripped away by Chicago in the glass there. It's number 22, Talen Horton-Tucker. LaVine, right baseline dribble. Bounce pass off to THT. THT goes up, and he got fouled. That's the first personal foul of the night charged to Tatum. So down to 4:19 left to go in the first. Couple uncharacteristic mistakes here recently for the Celtics offense, blowing layups. I got to see Pritchard get a touch. Yet to get a touch so far. THT jumper mid-range off the mark, no good. There's Pritchard for the defensive rebound. Pritchard kick out corner. White dump off down low. Porzingis, and he got held up and fouled. They will not count the bucket. LaVine picks up the reach and foul. And the Celtics will get the inbound here. Tatum on the floor with Horford, Pritchard, White, and Porzingis. Pritchard off the screen, pops up, takes the 3, makes it from downtown. There's one made 3 tonight for Pritchard. Over under player prop at 3.5. We'll see if he surpasses that again tonight. Wide open 3 by Alonzo. Kaboinked off the back rim, tipped up to Horford for the defensive rebound. Celtics with possession. Pritchard looking to spark this team right now. Crossover at the left wing. Step back 3 in the air again. Left off the rim short. As the rebound gets collected by Chicago by number 14. Metellus Buzelis, a rookie out of Arizona. And down low, it is a layup scored up and in off the glass for 2 by Zach LaVine. Back and forth, 15-14 right now. Derek White at the left wing. Horford sets up the screen. Frees up White for the 3. White jacked it up, missed it off the back rim. As the rebound gets pulled down by Lonzo. Quick 3 up the floor here by LaVine. This is turning out to be a 3-point shooting contest right now, and the Celtics with Joe Mazzulla will finally take their first time out in the night. 15-14. This game is looking like the under right now, considering that these two teams are missing a ton of shots. It's been a rusty. Celtics haven't played since Sunday. Chicago hasn't played since Monday. So a little bit of a break, and it's showing right now. And the Bulls with a 1-point lead. They've had the looks. These two teams quick up the floor. Taking a lot of threes. Boston 2 for 13 from 3. Chicago 3 for 8. I thought that the Celtics would go by the numbers here and attack the paint much more. Just go downhill, play downhill, and get to the rim. They haven't done that so far. Jason Tatum, 5 points. 4 points by Jaylen Brown, 3 by Pritchard. Derek White's got 2. Chicago led by Zach LaVine with 7, 3 each by Patrick Williams and Ayo Dosunmu. Hey, what's good, Jungle Pitbull? Welcome back in. Arku, Adam on the stream, welcome on board. Josh Giddey is not playing, so he's out tonight, not playing. Neither is Sam Hauser for the Celtics. So those are the 2 guys that's listed out tonight for this game. Josh Giddey for Chicago, and then Sam Hauser for the Celtics. Hey, Richard, welcome in. Thanks for joining in, bud. Yeah, good question. Prime D Wade or Prime Clay? I'd go there with a Prime D Wade. Broncos-Chargers. That game will kick off in around 15 minutes from now. That's a really good game tonight. Hit us up in the chat, by the way. Who guys like to win this one tonight here? Celtics or Bulls? And feel free. Even that's an intriguing game tonight for the NFL. Feel free. Let me know your thoughts about that game. Who you guys like to win? Chargers against Broncos later tonight, too, because that's a really interesting game. Chargers get destroyed by Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay has been playing really well recently. But Chargers need that one tonight for them. Like, that's a huge game for the wild card. Chargers right now, number 7 spot in the wild card. Denver's number 6. And then, so the Chargers have a 2-game separation over Indianapolis and Miami. Both of those teams are 6-8. So is the Bengals right now. Yeah, there's a lot of separation out in the AFC compared to past years. So many bad teams this year in the AFC that the playoff hunt isn't usually its usual. Like, usually it's like 5 or 6 teams in the playoff hunt that are like right now still in it, and it's only down to 3 other teams that's outside the playoffs in the AFC, whereas the NFC is just stacked. We get back to action here. 3 minutes left to go in the first. Pritchard at the right wing perimeter. Slides it out on top off to White. White with some really good looks. Unable to send him down there. Horford powers his way inside a low post. Couldn't convert. Off the glass too strong as Chicago came down with the basketball. Kobe White. Top of the key. Working on Horford. Slides it off to THT. Out to the wing of the perimeter, back to Talen Horton-Tucker. Tucker drives downhill to the rim, right over Horford, scores with a right-hand layup. 17-14 Chicago. Celtics with a possession approaching 2.5 left to go in the first. Tatum takes the 3 at the left wing, takes it, and he makes it from downtown. Bang, bang for JT. 17-17. Jason Tatum up to 8 points out of the 17 so far, almost half of the team points in the first quarter. Top of the key here to Sumu. Drives into Horford inside the paint. Dribbles out to the right corner. Over to his teammate. Elevates for the 3 off a tough follow-away. Missed off the mark by Matas Buzelis. And there's a defensive rebound that gets hauled in by Jaden Springer. First time on the floor tonight for the Celtics. Pritchard slides it off to the corner. Tatum, corner 3. No good off the back rim. Tipped up to Jalen Smith for the defensive board. Low-scoring game right now. 17 apiece. Downhill attacking. White with a block. And it goes into the hands of Dosunmu out of bounds as he traveled with it as well. Defense turning up the Jets. Derek White, player prop of just a half block tonight, already has that right now. First block of the game by Derek White. Late stretch of the opening quarter. That's the 3rd block as a team for the Celtics. Minute 45 left to go in the first. Boston with possession. Tatum. Edge of the midcourt logo for JT. Screen gets set by Horford. Tatum drives, attacks downhill with a right hand, scores up and in off the backboard. Already up to double digits for Tatum. 19-17, 10 out of the 19, half of the points plus are to Tatum right now. Horton-Tucker on top finds Buzelis. Buzelis puts the ball into the hands of Dosunmu. Dosunmu drives on the Horford inside the paint, missed off the mark, no good. Great contest there by Horford. They're going to count it though on a goaltend, so he did get a piece off the backboard, and the referees roll it a goaltend, charge to Al Horford. Yeah, just got a fingertip on that ball from behind. Jason Tatum, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. What a start here for JT so far. He's averaging over 32 points per game on 3+ days rest this season. Tatum pocket pass finds Horford. Horford at the top launches the jumper deep two. Off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound picked up and scored. Up and then off the backboard. It is good for the putback by the smallest guy in the gym, Peyton Pritchard. Final minute left to go in the first. 2-point lead here for the Celtics. Far side of the ball, Boston deflects it out of bounds. It will stay Chicago basketball. Hey, what's good? JDC in the stream. Welcome back in here, bud. Great start to this game here. Tatum's got 10, Pritchard with 5. And those are the two guys that I talked about in the pregame that I really like their over points in this game. I really like Tatum over 27.5 tonight. Really like Pritchard over 15.5 as Pritchard comes out with a steal. Up fake. Double teamed off the Tatum underneath. Tatum will circle around. Tatum slows it down. 35 seconds left. Tatum goes up. Tatum gets fouled. 2 shots coming up here at the line for Jason Tatum as he was leading into Talen Horton-Tucker, who picked up the shooting foul. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well, as we got 81 plus watching right now. Jason Tatum, 2 free throws. First one gets the bounce. Peyton Pritchard, the heart and hustle on the team. Excellent game so far for him. 5 points, 1 steal, 2 rebounds for Pritchard. Second free throw right down the middle. Tatum's cooking right now. 12 out of the 23 through JT. Celtics by 4. 9-2 run. But the Celtics last 2-minute span. Kobe White dribbles, drives, attacks inside the paint. Right past Springer to the cup. Scores with a right-hand layup. Peyton Pritchard will slow it down here. Pritchard crosses the midcourt logo, puts the ball into the hands to Holiday. Holiday edge in the midcourt logo. Final seconds left to go in the first for Drew Holiday. Holiday top of the key. Holiday dribbles, drives right down the lane inside. Up fake, gets the rim, and he scores up and through. It is good for 2 by Drew. It's a great sight to see right there for Holiday. Patrick Williams to the buzzer, gets blocked by Horford. And we close out at the end of the opening quarter. Celtics racking up 3 blocks as a team in the first quarter, plus a steal by Pritchard, committing to play defense. That has been the key for the Celtics coming back from the lengthy NBA Cup break that they've had, giving them some extra days of rest. They're committing to play defense, and they're holding down the fort against the number 6 ranked offense in the NBA, allowing Chicago to just 21 in the opening quarter. 25-21 Boston. Yet to find the 3 so far for the Celtics, just 3 for 16 from the perimeter, but when it drops, then watch out, because this game can get out of hand real fast, as we'll go on to the second quarter in a matter of moments. Jason Tatum, almost half of the points, 12 out of the 25 so far. And going into today's game, I exactly knew that Jason Tatum was going to have a big game tonight. Here was some of my picks for tonight's game here. Jason Tatum, double-double. Jason Tatum over 27.5 points. Tatum is averaging 33.5 points per game on 3+ days of rest this season. He had 35 in that Black Friday game against Chicago. Tatum, 10+ rebounds tonight as well. He's averaging 10.4 rebounds per game in his previous 10 games. 4 straight games with double-digit rebounds for Tatum. He had 14 rebounds against Chicago on Black Friday. A couple of the defensive stuff I saw for Derek White. Derek White, yet to be statted for a steal or a block, but I really like his over 1.5 steals tonight for Derek White. He's racked up 2+ steals in the previous 5 straight games. I like his over half a block tonight, so that was not statted. I thought he had blocked that ball on Kobe White, but looking at the ESPN stats, that was not statted. So Derek White does not have a block so far. It's Porzingis, Holiday, and Horford who's got credited with a block, but Derek White is yet to record a block. White's recorded at least a block in the previous 4 out of 5, and I like his combined steals and blocks as well tonight. Over 2.5 for Derek White, recording 5 straight games with at least 3 combined steals and blocks. Now, I like the under 2 in this one, 241. I think the Celtics are going to get their points. That's what I said in the pregame. I think the Celtics could hit 120 tonight, but since they've committed to play defense, they've allowed their previous 2 under 100. I think that's the difference maker, and if they keep it up, it's going to go under that 241.5 tonight, because their commitment to hold Chicago It's just 36% from the floor right now. The Celtics are going to get better than that, I would imagine. Celtics are only 35.5 as well. Yeah, I really like Pritchard's over for threes at 3.5 and over at his points. I saw this morning he was at 15.5 for points this morning. We get back to action. Kobe White catching fire three straight away, missed off the back room, no good. And Jaden Springer comes out with a defensive rebound. That's helpful towards helping out the depth of the team. Pritchard looking for more, hungry, dribbles inside the paint, head fake on the White, slides it off to Holiday. Holiday, step back three in the air, laces one up over Williams, missed off the rim, short battle for the rebound. Pritchard comes down with it, sends it off to Holiday. Holiday, bounce pass down low. It is Al Horford who puts it in, up and off the glass, good for two. That possession resulted in the Celtics bucket because of Peyton Pritchard's hustle, diving for the 50-50 ball on the floor. Chicago throws down a huge slam dunk there by Horton Tucker. Jaylen Brown at the right wing. So we're in the second, actually. Forgot to switch over to graphic. This is the second quarter. Outside of Pritchard, pull-up jumper from the parking lot. He hits it. Peyton Pritchard from downtown as he knocks it through on Steph Curry range. 30-23, 8 points by Pritchard. This is the 5 on the floor here to open up the second quarter. Jaden Springer, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, Drew Holiday, Peyton Pritchard. As Al Horford gets called in the shooting foul. Very close there to being the fourth block of the night for the Celtics defense as Al Horford got a piece of that ball, but it wasn't clean. I actually saw a same-game parlay out there that had plus 420 odds, if it was all correct. Celtics on the minus 14.5 spread. Jason Tatum over 27.5. Jason Tatum over 9.5 rebounds. I think that could be likely. It's just if the Celtics can cover that 14.5 point spread tonight. That's the question there, because Tatum is going to have a humongous night. Top of the key here for Pritchard. Pritchard's guarded by Kobe White. Slides it off to the left wing off to Brown. Brown, bounce pass, missed the mark out of bounds. He was looking for Horford to rush the pass, and it's a turnover. Tough one right there for Boston. So Tatum right now currently on the bench. Chicago with possession. Derek White drives, attacks the paint on Horford. Blocked by Horford. Pritchard comes out with a basketball. Pritchard, head full of steam up the floor. Pritchard circles around outside of Holiday. Holiday drives, attacks inside the paint with a left hand. He scores up and off the backboard. Really good sign here to see Drew Holiday driving and attacking so far. 4 blocks by the Celtics. Second block of the night just a moment ago by Big Al Horford. White at the left wing perimeter. White dribbles up inside the key. A shovel pass deflected back to White. Kobe White on top. Moves it over to a Patrick Williams. Launches a 3. Came off the rim short. Rebound control by Holiday. Up the floor finds Springer. Springer drives, attacks with a right hand. Missed the layup. Too strong off the glass though. Getting balance here for the Celtics. 9.5 left to go. Jaden Springer came out of Tennessee, an athletic freak, as he was picked up by the Celtics a couple years ago from Philadelphia. Philadelphia was the one who originally drafted him from a few years back. Tatum's got 12, 8 off the bench by Pritchard, 2 for 4 from the perimeter, 4 points each by Holiday and Brown, and Derek White's got 2. Just really good balance in this game. Horford at 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 blocks as well. Alonzo Ball, far side of the floor, will be the inbound passer. He's in the court with Patrick Williams, Ayo Dosunmu. And that's a turnover. Bad pass right there by Lonzo. Sets up a open steal by Holiday outside to the corner. Pritchard pulls up from 3, missed off the back rim, no good. Tipped up to Patrick Williams for the defensive rebound. Chicago approaching 9 minutes left to go. Extra pass made left corner. Dosunmu dribbles up, slides it out on top. Open 3. Williams hits it. It's a good open look right there. 32-27. 4 made threes for each of these teams. Celtics have attempted 19 attempted threes in this game out of 35 attempted shots. There's been a bunch of shots that's occurred in this game so far. As Jaylen Brown gets knocked down, Patrick Williams, the guilty party, picks up the foul. Got a bunch of people pouring in for this one, 80 plus right now watching. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Derek White checks in. Drew Holiday checks out towards the bench right now. This has been total teamwork to begin this game here for Boston, committing towards playing one heck of a game defensively, and they've done it so far, stumping Chicago. Inbound goes to Horford. Back into the hands to White. It's Horford, White, Pritchard, Jaden Springer, and Jaylen Brown. That's the five on the floor. White will draw the reach and foul. Will charge to Dosunmu. So a couple bad fouls committed by Chicago. That's their second personal foul of this quarter. Boston with 2 as well. The Celtics once again about to get the inbound. Inbound from White goes to Jaylen Brown. Brown backs his way, low block, fall away. Tough shot over Williams. Missed off the back rim, no good. The rebound controlled by Jalen Smith. Lonzo Ball, Jalen Smith, Julian Phillips, Ayo Dosunmu, Patrick Williams. That's the 5 in the court currently for Chicago. Top of the key with Lonzo. Lonzo moves it off to Jalen Smith. Lonzo once again has it, passes out on top over to Julian Phillips. Phillips swings it outside to the wing from the TD Garden logo. It is good, and another 3 by Patrick Williams. 32-30 right now. Celtics got to see if they can lock up that dude. Boston with possession. Patrick Williams just made his third 3 of the game, up to 9 points. White, catch and fire 3, right down the chute, delivers. Bang, bang for Derek White. It's a 5-point lead, and a timeout taken on the floor by the Bulls. 35-30 right now for the Celtics as we enter the timeout break. 7:56 left to go before half. That's a huge development right there. Derek White finding his shot. First made 3 of the game. That's his 5th 3-point shot attempt. A little bit of rust for him, but finally able to knock one down. He is up to 5 points currently for Derek White. Celtics just 5 for 20 right now from the floor. Like, they have to create more balance. That game that they lost against, I think it was the Grizzlies, they attempted 63s that game. That is way too many. They got right now 23-point shot attempts with still under 8 minutes left to go before halftime. They're probably going to get to around 30 going into half for 3-point total shot attempts. The Celtics lead the paint 18-14. So what they had on the floor was not... So Jason Tatum was not out there. Neither was Porzingis. Neither was Drew Holiday for the last minute. They had Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, Peyton Pritchard, and Jaden Springer. So those are the 5 guys that they had. So Joe Mazzulla's gone to Jaden Springer for 7 minutes tonight. And he's yet to score. He does have 2 rebounds. So Springer getting a little bit of playing time right now. Celtics had a lot of issues stopping Patrick Williams from 3. He's made over half of the 3s right now. 3 out of the 5 made 3s through Patrick Williams. 9 points. He is the top scorer for the team. Zach LaVine has 7. Dosunmu's got 5. And the Celtics led by Tatum. 12 points in the first 12 minutes. Scoring a point a minute tonight for JT. 8 points by Pritchard. 5 points by White. 4 each by Holiday and Brown. And Horford's got 2 blocks alongside 2 boards and 2 points. Yo, welcome in. Technical support. Appreciate here for joining in. STK Zone, welcome in the stream. Thanks for joining in, bud. Yeah, I feel like for the Bulls, this is a really tough matchup for you guys because the Celtics are just so explosive, and Chicago struggles to play defense that the Celtics are going to take advantage of this type of matchup. And plus, Joe Mazzulla is going a little bit different on his rotations than he usually does. So he's got Jaden Springer in the game. There's no Sam Hauser tonight. Everybody else is available tonight for this game for the Celtics. And then it was just Josh Giddey, the lone player listed out for Chicago. Right to left on the floor. Bulls with a possession as we come back to action here. Vucevic open 3, takes it, and he rips one through from downtown. 35-33 right now. Celtics with their 5 on the floor look like this. Jaylen Brown, Peyton Pritchard, Derek White, Kristaps Porzingis, and Jaden Springer still out on the floor. Porzingis puts the ball into the hands of Brown. Brown's guarded by Vucevic around the perimeter. Brown, the step-back jumper straight away from 3, no good. They're taking way too many 3s. That's their 21st 3-point shot attempt of the game. They're just 5 for 21 at 24% from the perimeter. Lonzo working on Jaden Springer around the outside. The ball goes into the hands to Levine. Swings to that left corner to Sumu. Open corner three. Off the mark, no good. And tipped to the bounds off of Springer. It will stay Chicago ball. So the Bulls will get this inbound here. Just above 7 minutes left to go before halftime. And it's looking like this game likely could be the under tonight. Over-under was at 241.5. That dropped from 244 yesterday. And we've seen a lot of defensive games coming back from quite a lengthy break for teams in the NBA Cup week. Celtics had 3 full days due to rest. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Last played on Sunday. Missed jumper from the perimeter by Lonzo. The rebound controlled by Springer. Jaylen Brown spin move. Draws the double team underneath Brown. Got to get it out of his hands. And we have a reach and foul picked up. Charge to Chicago on the floor. That's on Julian Phillips reaching in. And now Jaden Springer will check out. So Jaden Springer checks out of the game. Jason Tatum comes back in here. The Celtics have possession. Porzingis, Tatum, Pritchard, White, and Brown. That's the 5 in the court currently. This is probably the best rotation that you have to give you the greatest offensive input right now for the Celtics here. Free throw circle lob off to Porzingis. Porzingis backs his way in the smaller Lonzo. Porzingis gets fouled. That's now the 4th personal foul charged to Chicago. And this will send Porzingis to the free throw line shooting too. So a lot of deep foul trouble here early on for the Bulls. That's their 8th as a team. They've split up the fouls between everybody has 1 besides Lonzo, who just picked up his 2nd. For the Celtics, they only have 3 total fouls tonight. Porzingis, 2 free throws. First one's good. Yeah, I can see that happening too, the plus 15. Second free throw got the bounce. I actually went with the Celtics covering for this one, but I can definitely see the plus 15 as well because they've played down to a lot of opponents, especially when they have had that big of a spread. It's usually the other way around where their opponent covers. A step back 3 in the air by Levine. That's a sweet touch right there as he rattles it in. 1-point game right now. 6 minutes left to go before halftime. Jaylen Brown dribbles up inside the key. Shovels off to Porzingis. Porzingis down low with a left-hand finger roll. Scores for 2. Now the scoring star to pick up right here. Bulls with possession. Levine crosses midcourt. Levine, guarded by Porzingis around the perimeter 1-on-1. Drives in Porzingis, and he takes it to the rim. No good, though, as Derek White was able to alter that shot. White has it up the floor. Free throw circle off to the cutting Porzingis. Throws it down with a 2-handed flush. KP with authority, making impacts on both sides of the floor. Derek White, huge defensively there as well. It does not get statted as a block. Looking at the ESPN stats right now still. So Derek White yet to record a block, but he has had 2 shots that he has altered in this game as Chicago just buried a 3 to put themselves back. Winning a 2-point game right now, 41-39. Celtics with possession. Tatum steps into the 3 at the top. Came off the rim short. Levine collects the defensive rebound. Zach LaVine crosses midcourt. Levine skip pass down low, and Vucevic puts it in over Porzingis up and through for 2. We're tied up. 41-41 as Chobozolo burn a timeout right now. 4:51 left to go before halftime. In a game that hasn't seen much offense compared to what initially it was thought to be. And right now, Boston has to take a timeout. 5-zip run by Chicago. Bulls getting hot. A couple shots that they made recently to give them momentum back in the game. Zach LaVine, 2 made threes, 10 points. First one to double digits tonight for the Bulls. 9 points by Patrick Williams with those threes. And then 7 by Vooch. Perfect 3 for 3. Celtics going to find an answer to stop him. He had over 30 the last time he took the court against the Celtics. So, yeah, this one is very even right now. But Chicago getting right back into it. Jaylen Brown having a tough game once again, scoring-wise. Just 4 points for him, 2 for 6 shooting, 0 for 2 from the perimeter. Yeah, we saw a lot of usage out of Jaylen Brown first couple minutes, trying to see if he can make his shots, but just hasn't been able to translate into much so far for JB. So he's had a tough night. Celtics with 4 blocks as a team. Derek White yet to be statted with a block. He's been really close to having at least 1 block tonight. I'm going to see if NBA.com statted him for a block. So it's not statted on ESPN as a block. I've seen some wavering stats in the past between whoever's doing stats. Yeah, so he's yet to be statted for a block in this game. Very, very close, though, for Derek White to have a block. Luke Cornett has yet to check in on the floor, and he's had some excellent games this year for Luke Cornett. They're kind of a different rotation that we've seen the Celtics play. Yeah, Celtics are bricking a bunch of threes for them. Kind of shocked that they don't attack the rim much more. Chicago's given up the most paint points allowed per game this season. Back to action. Tatum is on the floor with White, Porzingis, Brown, and Holiday. That's their starting 5 currently all playing together right now. Porzingis shoots right over to Sumu. Missed it off the back rim, no good. Had the right idea there for a mid-range jumper, just unable to connect on it. Levine at the top of the key for Chicago. Bounce pass off to Vucevic. Backs his way. Low block here for Vuce inside the paint. Dump off down low. Chicago got the bucket up and in off the glass, plus the foul. That is number 15, Julian Phillips, who got it to go and 1. Yeah, Celtics need some like big thunderous dunk or something to get their team like right in the right ship. And get them just the energy that they need. Free throw is good by Phillips. 44-41 right now for Chicago. A 3-point advantage. Celtics with possession. Holiday crosses the midcourt logo. 8-zip run by the Bulls last minute. Top of the key, Porzingis. Up fake, Porzingis drives. Dish outside Tatum. Lobs it off down low to Porzingis. Soars up and he scores. Up and through. Good for the bucket. Going to use that size advantage. They play right through KP. They go inside the post to get the 2. 8 points now by Porzingis to Sumu. Working on Tatum at the top of the key. Slides it off to the right wing. Back into the hands to Sumu. Sumu puts the ball into the hands to Kobe White. He's defended by Derek White. Kobe dribbles up to the elbow. Outside finds Julian Phillips. His 3 off the back rim, no good. Rebound secured by Porzingis. Up the floor, Holiday. Entry pass looking for Tatum. Tatum grabbed onto and fouled. And that's the 5th personal foul charged to Chicago this quarter, meaning free throws the rest of the stretch. Celtics are now in the bonus. Yeah, Tatum was getting grabbed onto by Julian Phillips. So Phillips was holding him up inside a post. That's a rookie right there working on just a superstar in a mismatch as Tatum went for that mismatch and gutted off the entry pass. Jrue Holiday just so good when seeing that mismatch. And now Chicago with head coach Billy Donovan well aware of that as he'll take Phillips out of the game. First free throw is missed by Tatum at the line. Second free throw is right down the middle. 44-44. Tatum's the top scorer with 13. Chicago led by Zach LaVine with 10. LaVine crosses midcourt. He's defended by Jaylen Brown. LaVine attacks the paint. Swings it outside. Top of the key. Patrick Williams with a 3. No good. Tipped up to Brown for the defensive rebound. Up the floor to White. Derek White lobs it off to Porzingis. Porzingis at the elbow. Porzingis shoots right over Patrick Williams. Couldn't convert. Porzingis just couple rare mistakes that he has had on shots that he usually just shoots over dudes. LaVine knocks down the jumper for a deep 2. 2-point lead for the Bulls. 3 minutes left to go before halftime here. LaVine's up to 12 right now, 5 for 8 shooting. Celtics with possession. Jaylen Brown at the top. Sends it off to White. White's having a tough game, just 1 for 5 from 3. Brown lobs it off to Porzingis, shooting over dudes but missing them. Porzingis again shoots right over LaVine. Got the roll. Good for the bucket that time, though, by KP. 46 even. 2.5 left to go before halftime. Chicago with possession. LaVine guarded by Holiday around the perimeter. LaVine tiptoeing the near side. Attacks left baseline. LaVine goes up, gets fouled. And if that's on Tatum, that's his second. Zach LaVine shooting free throws, it is. That's the second personal foul tonight charged to Jason Tatum. And that's the 4th now as a team for the Celtics in this quarter. So this will be free throws here at the line for LaVine. 2 shots. First one's good. We got 100 plus watching right now. You guys are the real legends, MVPs in the channel. If you guys enjoy the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Second free throw right down the middle by LaVine. 48-46. Yeah, the score should not be like this right now. This Celtics team is jacking up way too many threes and bricking their shots from the perimeter. Brown finds White. White, not a hot hand from the perimeter. Instead, attacks the paint. Outside off the Brown. Up fake. Dribbles up. Shovel pass. Down low over to White. Throws it down with a 2-handed flush. That's what Boston Celtics basketball is all about. Best possession of the game right there off the shovel. To the low block with the assist by Jaylen Brown. 3-point shot. No good. Missed off the mark by Vucevic. Tipped out of bounds. Is off of the Bulls. Celtics got momentum right now. That's a huge momentum swinging dunk in their favor by Derek White. 48 even. Boston with the basketball. Minute 50 left to go before halftime. Jaylen Brown at the right wing. Lobs it off to White. Top of the key. White off the screen set by Porzingis. Dribbles towards his left. Step back 3 in the air. Swoosh! That is good from downtown by Derek White. Confidence brewing right now for DW in this game. 500 made 3-point shot this season by the Celtics. That is the most currently in the NBA. Celtics with the basketball off the block. Brown kick out to the wing. Tatum steps into the 3 and he got fouled. Jason Tatum's gonna shoot 3 shots coming up right now at the free throw line. Got knocked down for the perimeter by Kobe White. Swung it outside off the driving kick, and Tatum jacked up the shot from the perimeter, got knocked down in the costly foul committed by White there. 3 free throws. First one, no good. Around the rim and out. Celtics with 4 blocks right now. Defense been humongous in this game. Tatum, free throw number 2, right down the middle. Taylor Horton Tucker checks back onto the floor. Ayo Dosunmu will head to the bench now for Chicago. Third free throw, got the bounce. 53-48, 5-point Celtics lead. Minute 20 left to go before halftime. Boston 7 for 9 on free throws. Chicago 4 for 5. LaVine at the top, has an opening, takes the 3, makes the 3 from the perimeter. Porzingis late to the switch right there, and Zach LaVine able to burn Porzingis. 2-point game, 17 points, 10 this quarter by Zach LaVine. Jaylen Brown slows it down. Final minute left to go before halftime. Jaylen at the right wing. Crossover, bounce pass down to the low block inside, and Porzingis goes up, gets fouled by THT. 2 more shots coming up here at the line for Boston. Porzingis will head to the charity stripe shoot too. Celtics inside the paint just targeting Chicago here with fouls recently. 5 personal fouls by Boston. Chicago with 11 right now. They're in a little bit of foul trouble. Patrick Williams, Julian Phillips, Alonzo Ball, all with 2 personal fouls each. Everybody else with either 1 or 0. First one's good by Porzingis. Second free throw, right down the middle. 4-point advantage for the Celtics in a game that's shown the inability to make a 3 by Boston, just like Oklahoma City from the in-season tournament championship game on Tuesday. Yet the Celtics are up by 4 right now. Zach LaVine, pressure by Jaylen Brown, edge in the midcourt logo. 8 in the shot clock. LaVine switched guarded by Tatum. Now guarded by Porzingis. Step back 3 over Porzingis. Oh, he hits another one. Zach LaVine again burns Porzingis in the second straight possession in a row. The big fella keeps on switching and keeps on giving him space and cannot keep up with him off the step back. Tatum right to the cup, soars up, up and in off the backboard. Good for the layup. 3-point Celtics lead. Dwindling down here, closing out the end of the first half of action. Chicago with a possession. Zach LaVine working on Derek White this time. The screen gets set by Vucevic. Switched. Guarded off a double team this time. Porzingis comes along. 10 seconds left to go. LaVine jumper over White. That time missed off the rim short. Great contest by White as Jaylen Brown pulls down the defensive rebound. Brown heaves up the shot at the buzzer. Bricked off the back rim. No good. And we close out and go into halftime. The Celtics only up by 3, that is. 57-54. As Boston playing down to Chicago and missing and breaking a bunch of threes in that first half. Just 6 for 24 from the perimeter. Very, very lucky to be up right now by just 3 points in the first half because their defense has helped out the cause in a huge way so far tonight. All right, so first half as we wrap up here. And yeah, Jaylen Brown. This was a game to fade Jaylen Brown, considering that some of the circumstances that's been happening recently. If you guys didn't know, his mother's house got broken into a few days ago when he was playing in the Washington game. So there's a lot of internal stuff that's going on right now for Jaylen Brown as well. He happened to miss practice on Wednesday, and just when we expected him to go get us buckets, 20, 25-plus point games, it's been much more quieter games by Jaylen Brown. He has turned into more of a playmaker than he has as a scorer recently for Jaylen Brown. So he's only got 4 points going into halftime on just 2 for 7 shooting, 0 for 3 from the perimeter. Yeah, he's been down ever since that Detroit game, so he just hasn't been right coming back on this NBA Cup break for him, unfortunately. And they need that firepower for Jaylen Brown. Just haven't been able to give it to us. It's now the 3rd straight game in a row. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. What's good, Vegas? Welcome in, man. Hope all is going well there, bud. Jason Tatum right now saving the Celtics. 17 points by Tatum. 5 rebounds, 2 assists. 19 minutes, almost scoring a point a minute so far for JT. 12 points by Porzingis. A couple rare misses by him that we've seen in the past. Usually Porzingis shoots over dudes that's much smaller than him, but he's missed a couple of shots that he should have had for him on like mid-range shots, shooting over players off of turnarounds. Derek White finally getting into a rhythm. 10 points for him tonight. Had a big slam dunk that really helped turn the tide in the Celtics' favor. Jaylen Brown had that assist as well on that pass. That was the best possession, in my opinion, of this game, is when Jaylen Brown attacked downhill and then went to the rim and then up faked the defense and then shoveled off to a backdoor cutting Derek White, who threw down a dunk. Pritchard off the bench is 8. He's made 2 threes so far for Pritchard. And then Chicago led by Zach LaVine, having a huge game. Porzingis, couple defensive gaffes that he has had on switches, defending Zach LaVine. 20 points, 4 made threes by LaVine as he burned Porzingis a couple times late in that second quarter. 9 points by Patrick Williams. It's just Chicago doesn't have a number 2 scorer right now. Celtics gotta limit Zach LaVine. And if so, and then if they're able to start to attack more and play downhill and focus on scoring points in the paint instead of hucking up threes, then the Celtics are going to win this game and stretch out their lead. Right now, the Celtics are leading points in the paint 28-18. So whoever it is that works for like sports information or so for the Celtics, I strongly put out there, first thing you got to do when you go into the locker room, give Joe Mazzulla that statistics piece of paper and circle on the paper, points in the paint, circle that there, and put that directly in the eyes of Joe Mazzulla, and show him exactly what you got to do. Here's a good point about the Celtics tonight here that I'm seeing that I really like is that they barely have turned over the basketball. They have just one turnover. That is it. It was on Jaylen Brown. His pass was offline to Al Horford. That's it. They only have one turnover tonight. That's huge. Playing basketball like that, that's awesome. So they're taking care of the basketball. It's just they're chucking up too many threes and they're breaking way too many threes. And you got to get some balance here if you're Boston. 49 attempted shots. Almost half of the attempted shots are threes. And then I know Joe Mazzulla loves to play through these analytics and stuff like that, but 49 attempted shots, 24 of those shots are threes. Then the Celtics from 2 in this game, they've attempted 25 twos, and they made 15 of them. They're 15 for 25 from 2. That is 60%. They're 60% from 2, and yet they are 25% from 3. And that just tells the story of where you have to go in the second half, going up against the Chicago defense, which ranks very bottom of the NBA in points in the paint allowed this season. Yeah, I agree right there. We haven't seen too many big games from each other this year between Tatum and Brown. There's been like a couple of games from time to time where both of those guys are really gone off with each other, but usually it's one guy goes and has a huge game, the other guy struggles, and for most of the cases recently, it's been Tatum who's had the big games and Brown has struggled recently. So, yeah, hopefully Jaylen Brown's able to start to pick this up. Utah Jazz looking good, leading the Pistons 86-67. That's a road game at Detroit. Detroit just not showing up tonight for that game. Thunder up by 10 over the Magic, 69-59. Hornets and Wizards, that's a tight game right now, 77-76. Charlotte, 1 point advantage. So the Nets lead the Raptors, 47-42. Rockets lead the Pelicans, 42-29. Grizzlies are pounding the Warriors, 37-15. Let us know out in the chat. Here's a good question for you guys, because I was talking about this the other day with somebody else. Who do you guys think posed the biggest threat to the Celtics for their playoff run? So I got the question. Give you guys the question. Feel free to put it out in the chat. Who do you guys think that will pose the biggest threat to the Celtics on their playoff run? I got a couple of them that I think that could pose a problem. The Cleveland Cavaliers. Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, those two guys are forced down low, and Donovan Mitchell has given the Celtics some issues. That last game, he had a huge fourth quarter and just took over that game. If those guys are healthy, then they could pose problems against the Celtics. But also Memphis is their style of play. They're up by Golden State 37-15 right now. This Memphis team is red hot. Like they play a style that I feel like the Celtics could have some issues defending if Memphis can sneak their way into the finals and be completely healthy. Then that style could give the Celtics some issues. Memphis ranks at the top of the NBA in 2-point makes for them. Yeah, the Knicks have been coming along strong too recently. Cat's been huge in the glass for him. So they had a little bit of a slow start because they got Cat in the offseason, but things have really just clicked recently for the Knicks, so that's another team there. Spurs lead the Hawks 34-26. That Atlanta team, I would not want to be that team who takes them on in the playoffs. We'll see if they can keep on sustaining how they've been playing recently here in December. It's a long season. We'll see if they can still be that team by the time we get to April. But yeah, Atlanta, they started off really cold. So did the Bucks. And both of those teams are getting hot as well. Yeah, Bucks are red hot right now. I think there's gotta be some. There just needs to be some more pieces added in for Oklahoma City to make that list for them, because what I saw on Tuesday night, I don't. I think they're still a long way from like contention for big games, because they couldn't show up in the biggest game that they had played in a really long time as a franchise. Hey, what's good? Seagull on the stream. Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, that was a huge loss there that they were missing, chat. If you guys are enjoying the content, feel free to smash that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Right now, we're just at halftime. And I'll be back tomorrow night covering a really good game tomorrow night. That will be the Cavs against Bucks, same time, 7:30 p.m. So if you guys would like to come on back for that one tomorrow night, feel free to do so. That should be a really good game. Celtics are 1.5 games behind Cleveland. So Cleveland's 23-4. Celtics are 21-5. Celtics are a half game above OKC at 20-5. I'm just hoping here that Jaylen Brown can turn this around. He's had a couple of games that he has struggled recently. Let's see what we got here. Thursday night football. A huge game between the Broncos and the Chargers. Already 2 touchdowns right now. 7-7 closing out the end of the first quarter, as the Broncos and Chargers are tied at 12 seconds left to go in the first. Broncos with a football at the Chargers 33. So they're right on like the edge of, yeah, they're right on like the brink of like a 50-yard field goal or so. They got a 1st and 10 at the Chargers 33. They just closed out the end of the quarter. If the role players stepped up like they did for Milwaukee on Tuesday. I think we got one heck of a series there. I'm not sure if the Bucks can replicate that though constantly. That's the thing, because it's a lot of Giannis and Dame. It's their top two guys, and then after that, it's like the three guys and so on. I'm not sure if they have enough to keep up with the Celtics' depth. That's the thing, because Giannis every single game, he's capable. He scored 40 back in November against the Celtics. He's gonna have to go for like 40, 45, 50 plus points every single game to keep the Bucks in it. But if you got guys just drilling threes like Gary Trent Jr. did in that game against OKC on Tuesday, there's a chance there. You got to get just solid play out of the 3, 4, 5 plus guys on the team outside of Giannis and Dame to have a chance. Bobby Portis been huge recently. He had that 18 rebound game not too long ago against the Celtics. But yeah, that's putting a lot on the back of role player guys like AJ Green and Gary Trent Jr., guys that would have to drill a bunch of threes. Yep, no, it's bad when the Patriots game gets flexed out against the Chargers. It's put on a Saturday. Yep, Saturday at 1 for next week. And the Patriots game against Buffalo this Sunday got flexed out of the 1 p.m. slot and got put into 4:25 p.m. That, in my opinion, doesn't make any sense. Like, Patriots-Bills has always been like a 1 p.m. game. As we start off the third quarter, Vucevic just scored a jumper to elbow. 1 point game right now. Celtics with a possession, 5 of the floor. Tatum, Brown, White, Holiday, and Porzingis. As Brown missed the 3, came off the rim short. And just 6 for 24 from the perimeter. They lead points in the paint for the Celtics, 28-18. Got to stop taking those threes as they've gone 50-50. 50 attempted shots, and they've attempted 25 threes to this point in the game. Missed 3 by Chicago. White lobs it off to Holiday, low block. Got to get somebody to cut here to the hoop or something. Holiday, turn around, does it himself. It's good for 2. 59-56 Celtics. Great to see for Drew Holiday. Excellent couple of shots that he has made so far. He's got 6 points, 3 for 6 from the floor. Right-handed layup is scored by Patrick Williams as he gets right past Porzingis to the cup. 1 point game, Celtics with possession. Brown at the right wing perimeter, working on Levine. Brown backs his way to the elbow. 1-on-1 versus Levine. Jaylen Brown dish out to the top of the key. Tatum steps into the 3, right down the middle. He's got it. JT buries the 3. Great stroke right there for Tatum. 20 points right now alongside 6 assists for JT. Kobe White circles around. Moves on top over to Levine. Shovels inside off to Vucevic. Vucevic is fouled here. If that's on Tatum, that's his 3rd. He was in the area. Tatum was in the area. They still have him statted for 2 fouls right now as Chicago missed the shot down low. Here they go for the Celtics. Holiday on top, finds Tatum, steps into a wide open 3, bricked off the back rim, no good. Another good chance right there for JT, unable to send it down though. As we approach the 10-minute mark left to go in the third, Levine. At the top, guarded by Tatum 1-on-1. Levine moves it outside to Patrick Williams. Back on top. Over to Levine, guarded by Tatum here. Levine working on White. 1-on-1. Takes the 3 over Derek White, and he splashes it. Wow, it's a tough shot. Zach Levine, 5th made 3 of the game, keeping Chicago right in it. And the Celtics turn it over. Bad pass down the far side here to Sumu with numbers. 3-on-2 up the floor. Kobe White bricked the 3 off the back rim. Porzingis with a defensive rebound up the floor here to White. Derek White slows it down, guarded by Vucevic around the perimeter. Derek White off the screen, takes the 3, and he rips it down. It's good for the triple by Derek White. Celtics by 4 once again. They just can't make this any further. Chicago's been hanging in this entire game. Patrick Williams outside finds Levine, dribbles up to the elbow, rises for the jumper, deep 2, off the mark, no good. Tipped over to Holiday for the defensive rebound. Drew up the floor, lines up a 3, no good. Skipped around the rim and out. A lot of attempted shots here. This has been a fast-paced game between these two teams. Kobe White attacks inside the paint, stripped to the bounds off of Holiday. initially right now is stripped out of bounds off a Holiday. We'll see if the referees change it, though. And we'll have a timeout here on the floor, 65-61. So timeout on the floor. I think we're going to have a coach. Yeah, we're going to have a Celtics coach's challenge by Mazzulla. Celtics coach's challenge here by Joe Mazzulla. The Boston players were telling Joe to challenge it, that Jrue Holiday, he thought that he stripped Coby White out of bounds. He thought that that ball got stripped and went off the knee of Coby White and out of bounds. So we'll see once we get back to action here. But Celtics will use their challenge with a 4-point lead by Boston. JT over 30. Great question. I think very likely yes tonight. He had 35 against Chicago. I really liked his over-under, going over for that at 27.5 tonight. Yeah, I think there's a good chance right now that he could get 30. He's right now at 20. He's the hot hand for the Celtics. 20 points by Tatum, 13 by White, 12 by Porzingis. Yes, I saw that. Jeffrey, welcome back in, man. So, yeah, Celtics, so the Patriots game is Sunday at 4. That got flexed, that got flexed to Sunday at 4:25. It was at the 1 p.m. time slot against Buffalo, and then it got flexed to 4:25 for this Sunday. And then the following week, they were a TBD for a to-be-determined game, and that got flexed into Saturday at 1 against the Chargers. Speaking of Chargers right now, Broncos just scored a touchdown, 14-7. Broncos with a 1-touchdown lead over the Chargers. Games going on in the NBA. Jazz lead the Pistons 97-86. Thunder up against the Magic 79-71. Wizards leading the Hornets right now 89-86. Nets by 6 at half against the Raptors 52-46. Rockets by 15 against the Pelicans. Late stretch of the second. And that game 59-44. Spurs by 5 against the Hawks right now 45-40. Mavs lead the Clippers by 1, 17-16. Here's a blowout score. Grizzlies 51, Warriors 28. Golden State non-competitive right now. That game is midway into the second quarter. 51-28 Memphis leading Golden State. So we get a 4-point game right now. Just waiting for whose possession this will be, and this will be looks like Chicago's possession. So they're lining up on Chicago's side, and the Celtics lost the challenge. So Celtics lost the challenge, challenging the challenging. Oh, okay, so they challenged the possession, thought it was out of bounds. The referees have rolled it as a shooting foul. Interesting. So the Celtics lost every part of that challenge right there. Coby White, 2 shots at the free throw line, makes them both. So Jrue Holiday got issued a shooting foul there. Holiday with possession now. It's Holiday, White, Porzingis, Brown, and Tatum. That's the 5 on the floor. Porzingis receives it at the right wing. Away from the basketball, the Bulls pick up a foul. So that's the first personal foul charged to Chicago in this third quarter. Celtics with 2. And Tatum, he's going to be careful. Tatum has got himself 20 points. The issue is that he's got himself 4 personal fouls. He soars up, and he throws it down with a 2-handed flush. Yeah, I've got on the ESPN box score right now that Tatum's got 4 personal fouls after the moment. Has to be really, really careful. We're only in the beginning of the third quarter right now. 67-63. Tatum with 22 currently. Vucevic driving, kick out to the corner, the 3. That's an air ball taken by Dosunmu. Brown came up with the basketball. Jaylen Brown up the floor. Jacks up the 3. No good off the back rim. He missed again by Jaylen. Jaylen Brown stuck at 4 points. 2 for 9 from the floor. 0 for 5 from the perimeter. Dosunmu slides it off to Coby White. Puts the ball into the hands of Vucevic. 8 minutes left to go in the third. Dosunmu on top finds White. White guarded by Tatum. Jab step, top of the key. Bounce pass Vucevic. Moves it out to the far side corner. Into the hands here of Patrick Williams. Williams gives it over to Sumu. Here's a three taken with 1 second on the shot clock, and he buries it. Kobe White on a laser puts Chicago back within one. 67-66. Celtics struggling to defend the perimeter. Chicago 12 for 31 at 39% from three. Celtics struggling to make threes at 8 for 30. Drew Holiday at the right wing perimeter. Dribbles towards his left, slides it off to Tatum. 22 points, but he does have those 4 personal fouls. Moves out to the far side corner. Brown attacks the paint. Brown right to the cup. He scores. Up and off the backboard. +1 coming up for JB. There you go, Jaylen Brown. Been quiet this entire game, but able to drive on Patrick Williams. Gets the and one. And he'll have the free throw coming up. What's good, Marcus on the stream? Welcome in, man. Thanks for joining back in from the Bahamas. If you guys are new in the channel, smash the thumbs up here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Jaylen Brown just 6 points on 3 for 10 shooting. Critical free throw right here. He has missed some free throws throughout his career at the line on pressure opportunities. Does so right here. Just above the midway portion of the third. So couldn't convert the three-point play by Jaylen. Stuck at 6 points right now. Levine working on Porzingis at the left wing. Step back three in the air. Off the mark, no good. Very lucky for Porzingis as he's had some issues locking down Levine around the perimeter. Brown at the top. Brown drives 1-on-1 to the rim. Gets fouled. That is Matas Buzelis, and Jaylen Brown will shoot 2 more coming up here at the line. I like Jaylen starting to attack. He's the tone setter for this team, and now he's starting to realize instead of jacking up threes, which he's missed 5, he's going to the rim playing downhill, and this guy is starting to give his team more opportunities to see what is up when they attack and play downhill. And the first free throw is good by Jaylen. This could be the turning point of the game for the Celtics because Jaylen Brown decided to start to play downhill with 7 minutes left to go in the third. We'll see if the Celtics can start to flip this up to a double-digit lead. Al Horford checks on the floor now for Boston. Jaylen Brown, second free throw coming up. Quick update on Jason Tatum's 4 fouls. He's down to 3. So ESPN, I thought he had 3 before. ESPN had statted him for an extra when I looked at this on his personal foul stat board. So he has 3 fouls. Yeah. So that, if he had 4, he would have been on the bench right now. Horford is the one who picks up the reach and foul here in the pass. So Al Horford commits his second personal foul of the night. That was very close to being Tatum's 4th. That's the 3rd personal foul picked up, charged to Boston in this quarter. Chicago with 3 as well. 5 on the floor look like this for the Celtics. White, Horford, Porzingis, Tatum, and Brown. The corner 3 by Buzelis. Missed off the mark. Tatum collects the defensive rebound. Buzelis, Vucevic, Lonzo, Kobe White, Zach LaVine. That's the 5 on the floor. Good opportunity here for the Celtics to see if they can start to get on the run. 5-point lead, looking to stretch it out. White jacked up the 3. No good off the mark. In and out of the hands of Porzingis as Kobe White collected the defensive rebound. White attacks downhill, right to the rim. He scores up and through with a layup. It's a tough drive right there, a 3-point game. And both of these teams will play against each other next. That'll be on Saturday out in Chicago. So the Celtics and Bulls will meet up next against one another. Corner 3, Derek White, no good. White's having a tough time from the perimeter. 3 for 9 from 3. Has a lot of looks, just cannot make them though. LaVine slows it down. Lob deflected out of bounds off Porzingis. Now Peyton Pritchard will check back into the game. First time on the floor in the second half here for Pritchard. He has got 8 points off the bench, making 2 threes. (71-68), and we'll take a timeout as well. So Chicago will burn the timeout. This is only a 3-point game here. Celtics, again, a double-digit spread, and they're playing down to their opponents. If you're doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell if you guys would like to be notified here for future live streams on the channel. Thunder lead the Magic 82-76. Started the fourth quarter in that game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, big game for him tonight, bouncing back after Tuesday's loss. 31 points by SGA tonight. Jazz lead the Pistons 98-86. Wizards by 3 up against the Hornets. Really good game going on over there. LaMelo is back, and he's putting up big numbers for LaMelo this season. 27 points, 9 assists, 3 steals for LaMelo. Right now, Wizards have a 3-point lead, 95-92. Nets, early third, lead the Raptors 54-52. Rockets leading the Pelicans by 13, 63-50. And how about them Grizzlies right now? Memphis is destroying Golden State 60-36 with around 2.5 minutes left to go before half in that game. Hawks lead the Spurs 49-48. Wemby's got 22 in the first half for the Spurs. And then 22-21. Mavs with a 1-point lead against the Clippers. Yeah, so Celtics play against the Bulls in their next game. That's on Saturday, 8 p.m. Hoping to be live for that one as well. My girlfriend might be over that day, so she might be hanging out with me during that day. Possibly be a part of the stream for that day, so we shall see. Celtics got Chicago. That's a road game at Chicago. Celtics are playing this game at home. This is not a good sight for the Celtics fans in attendance tonight. That this is how the Celtics have been playing right now. Like, they got to step it up. This has not been a physical game tonight. It's just been a bunch of shots chucked up. Not much. Not really just much touches on these possessions. It's just one team goes up the floor, and the player who came up with like the initial rebound just chucks up the shot. Or so it hasn't been much passing at all that's happened. If so, it's on the first initial pass that has happened. And both of these teams playing with like a ton of pace. As well as we come back to action, Derek White just came up with a block. Up the floor here, White has it. He'll slow it down. Cross court off to Pritchard. Touch pass, left corner, Porzingis pops up for the 3. Oh, he hits it. KP bang bang in the left corner. Defense translates into offense just like that. Celtics lead the block column 6-0. White skip pass out to Buzelis. They move it around the perimeter. Vucevic with a 3. Knocks it down from the perimeter. That's great ball movement right there by Chicago, 74-71. Yeah, I just said that both of these teams were going to the initial shot like 1 touch or 2 touches. That time they got 4 or 5 touches. That was really good ball movement. Best possession all game long offensively for the Bulls tonight. Top of the free throw circle, Tatum. Tatum drives 1-on-1 on Buzelis right to the rim. Tatum gets fouled. And 2 free throws coming up here at the free throw line for JT. He sees that there's a mismatch right now on the floor. We'll see if Billy Donovan elects to make a change or not. But Matas Buzelis, a rookie out of Arizona, is on the court currently going up against Jason Tatum, defending him 1-on-1. And that's a major, major mismatch. And Tatum went for that matchup, hunted it down, and saw exactly that. First free throw is good at the line for JT. Yeah, this has been an interesting game on the schedule because both of these teams had lengthy days of rest. Celtics had 3+ days off that were full. They hadn't played since Sunday, and the Bulls hadn't played since Monday. So, yeah, this isn't anything close to like a back-to-back or anything. This is like the most days of rest that you'll probably get in between games throughout the course of the season. As Zach LaVine, Swifty move right to the cup, scores the layup. 3-point game right now. Under 5 minutes left to go in the third. LaVine's got 25 tonight. Derek White laces up the 3 off the back rim, no good. Huge rebound control by Horford for the offensive board. Top of the key, Tatum. Tatum been a man in the show tonight with 24. Lobs it off the roll down. Porzingis goes up, had it stripped, got it back. Porzingis outside finds Tatum. Drives to the rim. Tatum tried to throw it down. Oh, that's a huge collision as he goes down. He's out of the play. 5-on-4 up the floor. Porzingis with a block as they will roll it. A foul charge to Porzingis. Wow, I gotta see a replay about this here. Tatum driving to the hoop, tried to throw down a poster dunk over to Sumu, and he couldn't finish, and he went down hard. Good to see that Tatum's all right, and he is okay. He got denied by the front rim. Jason Tatum missed it all off the rim short on a slam dunk poster attempt over Dosunmu. LaVine will shoot 2 at the line. First one is good. Tatum is trying to excite his team and get his team going for the final run, and that was a mid-flight miss right there. Holy smokes. Huge impact. Good to see that Tatum's okay. And back up on his feet after that, because holy smokes, that was just a major miss taking flight. Both of the free throws good. A 1-point game. Tatum will take it up the floor here. 13 for 16 at the line for the Celtics. Chicago's only missed 1, 8 for 9. Tatum at the top. Tatum working on Vucevic 1-on-1. Tatum 10 on the shot clock. Crossover. Top of the key. Tatum still guarded by Vucevic around the perimeter. 5 in the shot clock. Tatum shovels out to the wing. A side stop to his left. Porzingis with a 3. Came off the rim. Short tipped up to Tatum for the offensive rebound. Bounce pass. Corner 3. White. Off the rim. No good. Vucevic collects the defensive rebound. Derek White having trouble finding his stroke tonight here. LaVine slicing defenders downhill. Kick out. Corner. Lonzo. Still there, stuck in the corner, off into the hands of Vucevic. Guarded by Horford 1-on-1. Backs his way, low block here. Vooch. 5 of the shot clock. Takes it inside the key. Left-handed baby hook over. Horford, no good off the mark. Horford collects the defensive rebound. Celtics with possession. Peyton Pritchard, crossover left wing. Finds Tatum, edge of the midcourt logo. 12 in the shot clock for Jason Tatum here. JT at the left wing, guarded by Vucevic. Steps into the 3. Tatum, no good off the mark. A rebound secure by Dosunmu up the floor. Bounce pass off the fingertips of Vucevic. It results in the turnover. Tatum collected the steal. Up ahead off to White. Swings it outside. Pritchard. Extra pass made. Baseline. Porzingis. Up fake. Drives. Downhill. Stripped out of bounds. It will stay Celtics basketball. Nobody wanting to take these shots for Boston. Peyton Pritchard had a pretty good open look that he gave up. Decided to make the extra pass to Porzingis. At the time was open, and Porzingis decided to go into a little bit of a jab step up fake motion and take his sweet time. And when he took his sweet time, Vucevic was the one there to guard him and strip him out of bounds. Celtics will get the inbound. Porzingis, Horford, Drew Holiday. An absolute winner, checks back on the floor, going to make some game-winning plays as he checks in on the spot of Derek White, who comes out. So Holiday checks back in, Derek White checks out. It is Holiday, Tatum, Porzingis, Horford, and Pritchard to 5 of the floor. Pritchard dribbles up to the elbow. Pritchard drives on Dosunmu. Pritchard fall away mid-range, off the rim, short, no good. A rebound secured by Lonzo of Chicago. Both of these teams stuck right now. 76-75. Drive, kick, corner 3. Lonzo no good. Deflected out for an offensive rebound controlled by Jalen Smith. Talen Horton-Tucker. Steph Curry range 3. Off the back rim, no good on a 34-footer. As we got bodies here tied up on the floor. Porzingis went down. So did Julian Phillips. And I believe the foul, it's charged to Porzingis. Loose ball foul. Porzingis over the back on the loose ball. Julian Phillips will shoot 2 free throws now on the bonus. And Chicago with a chance to take the lead. Terrible game from the perimeter tonight for the Celtics. This is the worst team in the NBA for Chicago in the paint defense. Yet the Celtics are 9 for 37 from 3-point range. 27 for 69 from the floor in this game. 37 threes. And 32 twos. They've yet to make a field goal in over 3 minutes. Both of the free throws were good. Chicago. 1-point lead. Horford. Far side corner. Celtics stuck at 76. Backing his way. Porzingis inside the key. Off the back rim finally. Somebody finally gets a bucket. It's good by Porzingis. 78-77. Good thing the Celtics defense came to play tonight. 17 by KP. THT at the top of the key. Slides it off to Phillips. Back into the hands to Talen Horton-Tucker. This is when your team should go on a run, when you got guys on the floor like Talen Horton-Tucker, Ayo Dosunmu, Lonzo Ball, Jalen Smith, and Julian Phillips. Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic are not on the floor as Tatum collects the defensive rebound. Celtics have Tatum, Pritchard, Horford, Porzingis. There goes Tatum. He takes flight, throws it down with a 2-hitter flush. Oh yeah, baby. Jason Tatum looking to ignite the flame in his team's system. 26 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists for JT. This is where you got to take over. On the floor right now, you don't have Levine or Vucevic. Porzingis comes out with a block. Back into the hands to Lonzo. Cross-court pass he makes. No good on the 3. Missed off the back rim. Offensive rebound again. Lonzo. Celtics cannot box out, and the 3-point shot is made by Yayu Dosunmu. It is tied 80-80. Celtics forgot to box out. 9-6. Second chance points in favor of Chicago. Pritchard running the point. Edge of the midcourt logo. Pritchard guarded by Dosunmu 101. Pritchard dribbles up. Peyton Pritchard looking to do it himself. Step back 3 in the air. Takes it. And he makes it from downtown. Bang, 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 baby, by Peyton Pritchard. 3-point lead for the Celtics. Playing iso ball here. Taylor Horton Tucker jump over Pritchard. Missed off the mark. No good. Tatum collects the defensive rebound. JT having a big time show tonight. 25 seconds left to go in the third. Tatum will slow it down. Big time night tonight here for JT. Tatum working on Julian Phillips in a 1-on-1 matchup at the left wing. Tatum up fake. Tatum leans in. Tatum with a jumper. Oh, he buries it. Jason Tatum, big time right there. It's a 3. Right down the pipe. He's got it. 29 by Jason Tatum. Horton Tucker runner at the buzzer. Good for 2. Cha-ching. As he was able to cash it in right at the buzzer. We close out at the end of the third quarter. Jason Tatum, huge third quarter. Absolute legendary by JT. And if you guys are a betting person out there, gonna know in your back of your mind that Jason Tatum averages over 33 points per game on 3+ days of rest. Tonight, smashing the over 27.5 points for Jason Tatum. It is already cashed in by the end of the third quarter. 29 points by Jason Tatum, 9 rebounds, 3 assists at the end of the third for JT. What a game here. Celtics hucking up way too many threes and missing a ton, and that's what's kept Chicago in this game. Jason Tatum, start a show tonight, take it over. 17 by Porzingis, 13 by White. Pritchard's got 11 right now. Zach LaVine, huge game for him as well, drawing 5 threes. He's got 27. 12 by Vucevic, 11 by Patrick Williams, 10 points by Kobe White. Hey in the stream, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. If you guys are new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe as we have reached the fourth quarter right now. We got 100+ watching right now. Really appreciate everybody for joining in tonight here. Here's some of my picks tonight that I had. And I told everybody, big game tonight for Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum double-double. Yesterday, Jason Tatum double-double was at +100. Jason Tatum double-double +100. Jason Tatum over 27.5 points, -110. Jason Tatum 10+ rebounds. That was at +115. Derek White, 2 blocks tonight. And his over-under just at a half a block for this one. For tonight for Derek White. Already 2 blocks for him tonight. 3 blocks by Horford. They got 8 blocks total for the Celtics right now. Four-point lead for Boston. Controlling the pace, make some shots. That's the road to victory here for the Celtics. We'll see what happens when we start off the fourth quarter. Got to play downhill and attack the rack. And Jason Tatum has done a mix of that tonight. While burying 4 threes, he has also made 5 twos, attacking the rack on a big game-altering, potentially a slam dunk late stage of the third quarter. Yeah, Celtics play the Bulls again on Saturday, so I'll be back hopefully live for that one, 8 p.m. on Saturday. Celtics meet up at Chicago this time against the Bulls on Saturday. This game is at So this game is at Boston for this one. Pritchard is on the floor with Horford, Brown, Holiday, and also Jaden Springer's out there. Pritchard came up with the offensive rebound. Corner three. Pritchard no good. Missed off the mark. So the rebound gets controlled by Dosunmu. Dosunmu accelerates. Attacks on Brown. Kick out left corner. Open three. Julian Phillips missed off the mark. No good. And the rebound controlled by the Celtics. Boston with the possession here. Wide open three. Peyton Pritchard. Target range. Couldn't make it. Really good looking. Pritchard with an uncharacteristic miss from the perimeter. Phillips, extra pass, corner three, THT. This is starting to be a three-point shooting competition. Offensive rebound by Horton Tucker. Three-point shot from the top. Missed off the mark. No good for Chicago. Another chance here by Dosunmu, and he rips it through. 1 point game. Celtics struggling to box out. Offensive rebounds leading to 12 second chance points for Chicago. Just 6 second chance points for the Celtics. Jaylen Brown having a tough night. Just 8 points for him tonight. Shake and bake Brown. Dribbles up low block. Had the ball poke loose. Got it back though. Brown puts up the shot over Horton Tucker and gets fouled. So Jaylen Brown will shoot 2 at the free throw line. Celtics have just played down all night long to Chicago. They're lucky that their defense tonight has played one heck of a game. 8 total blocks as a team. 3 steals as well in a game that the Celtics only have 2 total turnovers tonight. Right now. Jaylen Brown, 2 free throws. First one is good. Broncos looking good, leading the Chargers 21-10 with 5 minutes left to go before halftime. Second shot here for Jaylen Brown, right down the middle. 3-point advantage for the Celtics. 10:42 left to go in the fourth. Bulls with possession. Julian Phillips on the floor with Kobe White, Jalen Smith, Talen Horton Tucker. What was that defense? That results in a big U for the Celtics. Ayo Dosunmu, head full of steam, right to the rim, and easy 2. Poor defense there by Boston inside the interior. There was some miscommunication issues on who to take who inside the paint. Holiday lobbed down low. Brown soars up to the rim. He scores up and off the backboard. 3-point lead again. Celtics just cannot shake a further lead than 4+. Handoff from Smith to White. White, kick out corner off the Phillips into the hands to Kobe White. Slides it off to the top of the key here. Dosunmu, push pass, right wing. Talen Horton Tucker laces up a 3 and he splashes it. It's a tie game, 90-90. It should not be that difficult for the Celtics. They have given up 16 made threes tonight to Chicago. Jaylen Brown slows it down. 9:45 left to go. Jaylen working on Dosunmu at the right wing. Backs his way. Dribbles inside to keep Brown. Lost control of the basketball. Poke loose. Horford came down with it. Out to the corner. Springer. Open 3. No good off the mark. Missed by Jaden Springer. And the rebound hauled in by Julian Phillips. Talen Horton Tucker bursts the speed up the floor. Slicing defenders right to the rim. It is a big ew by the Celtics. Talen Horton Tucker took it coast to coast for the layup, and the Boston Celtics should be ashamed of themselves for their poorest point defense. Timeout by Joe Mazzulla. 92-90 with 9:22 left to go in the fourth quarter. Some pathetic paint defense that we've seen the last 2 defensive possessions by Boston. Entire starting 5 tonight's in double figures for Chicago. Zach LaVine with 27, 13 by Dosunmu, 12 by Vucevic with 9 rebounds, 11 by Patrick Williams, 10 points by Kobe White. Celtics with 4 out of 5 starters in double figures, 29 with 9 rebounds by Tatum, 17 by Porzingis, 13 by White, 12 by Brown, 11 by Pritchard off the bench. What in the world has happened to the Celtics defense? That is as easy as it can get through driving lanes for Chicago. And Chicago has started to pummel the Celtics in the glass recently through second chance points and starting to attack and play downhill to the paint. What the heck is going on? This should not be this bad of a game. Celtics came into this game as a 14.5 point favor. Whenever the Celtics are a hefty, teenage point favor or so, like around like that 16, 15, 14, 13, 12 mark, they always just play down to their competition. This reminds me of the Celtics-Hawks game from the Cup group play. That game they lost. They lost against the Hawks in their first Cup game because they took them lightly and they played down to them. Like, what is going on here? Jazz lead the Pistons 112-99. Thunder up by 12 against the Magic 100-88. Wizards final minute lead the Hornets 116-106. Raptors starting to pull away against the Nets 76-66. How about this score going into halftime? The Grizzlies 69, the Warriors 38. Eat it, what's good? Welcome in the stream. Thanks for joining back in again. If you're new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and ring that notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified here for future live streams on the channel. Disappointing right now for the Celtics. Down by 2. As we get back to action, 9:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. Peyton Pritchard on the floor with Jaylen Brown, Jaden Springer, Al Horford, and Drew Holiday. Top of the key three taken by Brown. Missed off the mark, no good. You got to get Tatum to play the rest of this game. If you're Joe Mazzulla, what the hell is Jaden Springer doing on the floor? And Luke Cornett's got 0 minutes of playing time tonight as Ayo Dosunmu slices defenders and takes it right to the rim for another easy layup. 3 straight defensive possessions in a row. Where's the paint defense for the Celtics? Horford outside the Brown. Brown losing a lot of confidence tonight. Got to bury a shot here for your JB. Brown dribbles up inside the key. Dish out right corner. Holiday laces up the 3. Off the mark, no good. Springer battle for the rebound. Had it ripped away from his hands. The ball came downward by Dosunmu. Kobe White, right baseline dribble. White, kick, corner 3. Julian Phillips, and he sinks it. Oh, this is not Celtics basketball. They just got buried by a rookie right there in a corner 3. That's a big U. 10-zip run by Chicago. 97-90. The Celtics playing exactly like they played against the Hawks in that group play cup game in November. Jumper no good at the top of the key by Horford. Rebound controlled here by Chicago. Kobe White puts the ball into the hands to Talen Horton-Tucker. THT dribbles up, drives on Springer out of bounds. It went off a THT. It's a turnover. Yeah, I cannot believe what Joe Mazzulla is doing right now. This is just an absolute crime of playing Jaden Springer in crunch time minutes in the fourth quarter. I can understand getting him a couple minutes here or there in the first and second quarter, but no. You don't want him anywhere remotely close in the second half as Jaylen Brown commits an offensive foul. Man, this dude's just not mentally right. Hopefully everything will be much better for JB coming up. Because I cannot have JB turn into a Michael Porter Jr. right now. That cannot happen. Jaylen Brown cannot turn into a Michael Porter Jr. in the second half of the season and in the playoffs. That can't happen. I mean, it all starts up in the brain. All of it's mental right now. And it's looking like last couple weeks events or so is not helping out Jaylen Brown build confidence. Dosunmu scores the layup. Where's the paint defense? 12-zip run by Chicago last 2.5 minutes. Drew Holiday at the right wing. Got to get Tatum back on the floor here. He's going to play the remaining 7.5. Peyton Pritchard. Crossover at the left wing perimeter. Slides it off to White. Derek White launches the jumper straight away. Gets fouled. It'll be a three-point shot coming up here at the free throw line. And Tatum is still on the bench. Derek White got fouled from 3-point range by Jalen Smith. He will shoot 3 free throws. The ball right now is absolutely sticking. It's not moving at all. And the paint defense is horrific. 3 free throws here by White. First one is good. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. This is embarrassing right now. Absolutely embarrassing here. Yeah, still quite a bit of time remaining. 7:18 left to go, but this is rough. Second free throw is good. I feel you guys. If you pick the Celtics to cover the spread, 14.5, I'm on paper, like it looked really good. But this Celtics team, like, come on. and playing down to their competition. And Chicago will burn a timeout right now. So the first 2 free throws were good at the line for Derek White. He will have another free throw coming up after the timeout. The Bulls took a timeout. Chicago with 4 timeouts left. Celtics with 3 timeouts remaining. Celtics are 11 for 46 from 3-point range. They've attempted 81 shots. 46 of those shots have been threes. That only leaves 35 twos. They've attempted 35 twos and 46 threes. That's embarrassing. Going up against the worst paint defense Chicago in the NBA tonight. They attempt just 35 twos and 46 threes. Really embarrassing. Out of the 35 twos they made, 21 out of 35. 21 out of 35, 60% from 2-point range. Guess what they're shooting from 3? 11 for 36, 24%. If I'm the sports information director that just printed out the paper, the statistics line, I'm going right over to Joe Mazzulla, circling 2-point makes to 3-point makes in this game. Circling those percentages that the Celtics have made 60% twos and 24% made threes tonight. I mean, that is horrific. Where is the balance tonight for the Celtics? Just going through the motions. This looks exactly like how they lost against Memphis because they jacked up 63s. And now the whole discussion about the NBA is that, is the game of the NBA recently becoming wrecked because of all these teams shooting 50, 60 threes per game or so? Well, you got Golden State and Dallas who's making threes all over the place. So it looks really good when you're making the threes, but when you shoot 11 for 46 at 24% from 3, oh man, it is embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. 60% from 2, yet you shoot 24% from 3 and keep on shooting the 3. It makes 0 sense. Gotta play downhill and get to the rim. Asia, what's good? Welcome in. Dank Iron on the stream, welcome on board. Thanks all for joining in tonight. Hit us up on the chat. Who you guys like to win here? Celtics or Bulls? If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Celtics down by 7. One more free throw coming up by Derek White at the charity stripe. 7:18 left to go in the fourth quarter. Final free throw by Derek White after the timeout. It is good. 6-point game. Chicago on the floor with Kobe White, Julian Phillips, Nikola Vucevic, Zach LaVine, and Talen Horton-Tucker. Top of the key, Vucevic puts the ball into the hands of White. Celtics 5 on the floor, Carly. Peyton Pritchard, Kristaps Porzingis, Derek White, Al Horford, Jaylen Brown. Jason Tatum, who's had 29 points, the game leader, is still on the bench right now for Boston. Offensive rebound. Near side front court control by Derek White. White outside finds Vucevic, dribbles up right past Porzingis. Kick out corner, LaVine, extra pass. Kobe White laces the 3, no good off the glass. And a rebound picked up by Pritchard, or was he out of bounds with it at the baseline? We're waiting for the officials here. He was out of bounds with it with 0.6. So it will stay a Chicago basketball. And now Jason Tatum will check back in. Yep, you the man, Siegel. Make sure to email over to Celtics staff once again after the conclusion of this game and show them the percentages of 2s from 3s in this game. 60% from 2, 24% from 3. And Chicago with a mental fart as the shot clock was down to 0.6. They forgot that it was going off, and they got the inbound and forgot to take a shot. That's a shot clock violation. Celtics have the basketball back. Derek White running the point. Jason Tatum is back on the floor. Jason Tatum, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, Kristaps Porzingis, Jaylen Brown, the 5 in the court currently. White at the top of the key, slides it off to Tatum. Big game, JT with 29. Tatum guarded by Vucevic around the perimeter. 6 in the shot clock. Tatum, extra pass made off to White. Jacks up the 3. Off the back rim, no good as they attempt another 3 and they brick it. Derek White, way too many 3s attempted. He is 3 for 12 from the perimeter. Looking like Drew Holiday yesterday against Memphis from the previous week where he bricked a bunch of threes. Outside White. Lobs it off to Vucevic. Vucevic, 1-on-1, working on Tatum. This ball gets lost, and White comes out with a steal inside the key. Derek White up the floor. Here we go for the Celtics. Porzingis, touch pass. Pritchard, extra pass made. Right corner three. Jaylen Brown, baby. Oh, he hits it. Bang, bang. Right down the chute. He is back. Young man, Jaylen Brown rips it in for the three. There's a confidence builder right there for JB. That nice, sick extra pass made by Peyton Pritchard with an assist. Horton Tucker backdoor missed the open layup. Celtics with an early Christmas gift as Taylor Horton Tucker missed a wide open layup. Here goes Jaylen, double clutch. Oh, he missed it. Jaylen Brown couldn't come up with it. Derek White with a steal, and Derek White gets fouled. Derek White, an absolute hustler. 2 straight steals in a row for Derek White. Derek White tonight, the over 2.5 steals and blocks. Big time defensively, Derek White. Derek White just got poked in the eye as he came up at midcourt, picked off the steal, and it was on Julian Phillips who picked up the foul. Non-shooting foul. Chicago's third. Celtics with 0 fouls in this fourth quarter. Non-shooting foul. Boston about to get the inbound in a matter of moments. What a game. If you guys are new in the stream, keep on smashing that thumbs up here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Celtics get the inbound. Derek White crosses the midcourt logo. Slides it off to Tatum, and a man of the match tonight. Tatum took the 3. Missed off the mark. No good. Loose ball. And we have... do we have a tie up here? No, they did not. No. No! Joe Mazzulla just got a tech on the bench? No. Oh, man, refs, that is soft. That looked like a tie-up. Pritchard and Brown came in. What should have been a tie-up. The referees rolled a foul. And then Joe Mazzulla, right behind the referee, reacted to it. And we just saw the softest tech ever in the history of basketball, dating back to 1942. And the free throw is good in the technical shot by Zach LaVine. The softest technical foul of all time, but the softest of softest refs tonight. Oh man, talk about being soft. Go cuddle up with your teddy bear tonight. What a joke. 5:12 left to go. What a joke. And then the referee spotted the basketball at the free throw circle, and they're going to give another free throw here for Chicago. What a joke. The softest of the softest teddy bear refereeing crew tonight gives Chicago another technical free throw, and LaVine buries another one. What is going on here? Jaylen Brown issued a technical foul. That's absolutely the gayest thing I've ever seen. Absolutely pathetic and gay. And the ball goes out of bounds. Tipped out of bounds off the Celtics. It will go back to Chicago. 101-96. 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. These referees going to be hugging their teddy bears tonight. They ain't going to be hugging the Santa Claus in the back with jingle bells. They're going to be hugging their teddy bears as the 3 goes right down by Zach LaVine. It's a big U by the Boston Celtics. Timeout taken on the floor by Joe Mazzulla. An absolute coaching disgrace tonight as well, allowing Jaden Springer to rack up 13 minutes. Absolutely despicable. How the hell do you lose this game as a 14.5 point favorite? A big Afuka choka. Such a soft couple calls that's happened. Absolutely ridiculous. If you guys like to keep on coming back, make sure to keep on coming back for streams like these. If you guys enjoy the content, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Got around 200 plus watching right now. Absolutely ridiculous with this Celtics team tonight. Just a shame. Looks like right now they let their emotions get the best of them. A Fuka Choka. Big U indeed. Oh, man. 12 for 49 from the perimeter. Like, how the hell does that happen? Jaylen Brown starting to turn into Michael Porter Jr. in this past week. Celtics with an inbound as we come back to action. Derek White on the floor with Peyton Pritchard, Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis, and Jaylen Brown. Brown at the left wing, 14 on the shot clock. Finds Tatum at the top of the key. Tatum lobs it off to Porzingis. Playing inside right now. Porzingis, no good. Missed a shot off the glass. Tipped it by White. Right to Vucevic for the defensive rebound. Zach LaVine, humongous game by him. 8 for 14 this quarter as a team for Chicago. He's got 32. And Dosunmu across the floor finds Williams. Right baseline dribble, had the ball poked loose by Brown. Off to Tatum with a steal. Tatum burst to speed up the floor. Tatum lost it. Oh, it's a big U. He lost it. He turned it over. Couldn't dribble with a left hand as Dosunmu comes out of the pack with a steal. Dosunmu bounce pass out the wing. LaVine with a 3. Came off the rim short. And the rebound secured here by Porzingis. Down by 8, stuck at 96. Celtics with possession. Tatum, dribble, drive, right down the lane inside. He scores, up and in off the backboard. Jason Tatum eclipses 30 tonight. 31 points by JT. And a timeout taken on the floor by Chicago. This game could go into overtime tonight. Celtics have to play their best basketball with 4 minutes left, and they cannot let their emotions get the best of them during the previous couple minutes with those 2 technical fouls. 6-point game right now. Jason Tatum, 31 points, 9 rebounds. Humongous game tonight by JT. 17 by Porzingis, 16 by White, 15 by Brown, 11 by Pritchard. Chicago led by Zach LaVine with 32. What a battle here tonight. Crazy, crazy game right now. Yeah, Celtics have had a huge game in the block department. They played some really good defense early on. 25-21 was the first quarter box score. Chicago has outscored the Celtics right now, though, 22-12 in this fourth quarter. Back to action, 104-98. Chicago with a possession. Top of the key, Kobe White. Slides it off to Vucevic. Vucevic, bounce pass off to LaVine. LaVine having a big game tonight, working on Tatum 101. Bounce pass Vucevic. Brown tried to jump the route, couldn't get the steal. Outside off to LaVine. LaVine, spin move. Dish out, right corner. Patrick Williams, open 3, and he hits it. Porzingis again, multiple times, closing out. He forgot to close out. Once again, he's being a liability around the perimeter. Tatum missed the open layup. It's a big U by Jason Tatum. It's a big U tonight for the Celtics. Kobe White, dish out on top over to Vucevic. 9-point lead. LaVine working on Brown here at the right wing perimeter. Bounce pass over to White off the roll down, and Tatum picks up the reach and foul. That's the first personal foul charged to Boston this quarter. What an embarrassment tonight. 107-98. And LaVine is going to the free throw line as Tatum got issued a technical foul. Again, the refs going to be sleeping with their teddy bears tonight. 108-98. And this is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I've never seen a game refereed as poorly as this one tonight. Like, these are the gayest calls I've ever seen. Inbound goes to Dosunmu. Dosunmu dribbles at the top, drives at Porzingis, and missed the layup. Here goes Tatum off the defensive rebound. Tatum double-double tonight. Lob off the fingertips of Brown. Over to Pritchard at the right wing. Bounce pass White to the right corner. White, right baseline dribble. Jump off underneath Brown. Up and in off the backboard. Good for the layup. 8-point game right now. 108-100. 2:45 left to go in the fourth quarter. Celtics prided themselves on committing towards the defensive side of the floor. Back-to-back games allowing Detroit and Washington to under 100 tonight. Chicago with 110 as they drilled a deep two jumper. Zach LaVine, the player of the game. 110-100. Celtics just not enough answers tonight. It's looking like. Still got time, though, as Jaylen Brown scores the layup. You got to get stops, and the defense has been horrific here in the second half. LaVine drives, and followed by White. Derek White cannot believe the call. Referees all game long. Absolutely brutal. Oh, man. Just despicable tonight. Go 180 plus watching. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. First free throw. Missed no good by LaVine. Zach LaVine, humongous game tonight with 35 points. Second free throw by LaVine rattles in. 9-point lead here for Chicago. Celtics with possession. Jaylen Brown moves off to Tatum. Tatum at the left elbow. Finds Brown, bobbles it. 2 minutes left to go. Brown, jumper, no good. Bricked off the back rim. Dosunmu collects the defensive rebound. Peyton Pritchard tonight has got himself 11 total points as Kobe White sneaks past the defense and scores with a left-hand finger roll. 113-102. This is a big major ew tonight for Mazzulla and the Boston Celtics. Joe Mazzulla going to be taken to the zoo to play with Elephant Moo after this one here. A big ew. It ain't a W. 113-102. Minute 49 left to go. Ain't looking so well here for the Celtics tonight. A Fuka Choka. They blew an 8-point lead. They chucked up 53s, and they made just 12 of them. 91 attempted shots. 50 of those shots were threes. 41 were twos. From two tonight, they were 24 for 41. 58.5% from two. From three tonight, 24%. 12 for 50. 12 for 50. An absolute shame. I don't see any papers or anything right now in the Celtics huddle. If I'm the sports information director for the Celtics, I'm going right up to head coach Joe Mazzulla, handing him a piece of paper, circling on that paper the 2-point percentage, 58.5%, and the 3-point percentage, 24%. Which one you taking, Joe? You're taking the one that's 58.5%. Live by the three, die by the three. This team crumbled like the crumble cookie from the perimeter did from 3-point range tonight. Jason Tatum, though, makes his pass off to Porzingis, who just buried a three. 113-105. A little bit of life here for the Celtics, but we're down to a minute and a half left. You got to get stops. Zach LaVine slows it down. LaVine at the top. Guarded by Porzingis. Dribbles up. Bounce pass. Vucevic wide open. That could be the dagger. He got it. 10-point lead down to the final minute 15 remaining. Celtics got to go quick. Brown outside Porzingis. Pops up for the three. Off the back rim. No good. The rebound controlled by White, but he pushed off. It's going to be a loose ball foul charge to Kobe White. Minute 13 remaining. Just embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Man. Inbound, Pritchard, 3 off the follow-away. He had a tough game today. One of the rare unders for Peyton Pritchard tonight. Stuck at 11 points, 3 for 9 from the perimeter for Pritchard. As White has possession. Final minute left to go. Celtics a 14.5-point favor, about to lose in their home floor, giving the fans of the TD Garden nothing that they should have deserved tonight. The Chicago Bulls look like they're going to be the 14-point winners. Tip in good by Vucevic. Brown behind his back off to White. Outside Porzingis pops up for another 3, skids off the rim, and that's been a telltale story of the game. Joe Mazzulla. If this trend keeps up, Joe Mazzulla is going to be the next Jerron Mayo, and it ain't going to last for long. Better bounce back after this one. The Celtics have yet to go on a losing streak this season. Gotta bounce back after this one. This is as bad as it gets tonight. This loss and the loss against the Hawks in the group play game that cost them the cup. Both of these games were the worst 2 losses this season. And the Celtics have one day to figure it out. Celtics at Bulls on Saturday. Same team, different location, road game for the Boston Celtics. Celtics at Bulls, Saturday. I'm hoping to be back for that one. I'll be back live tomorrow for some actual 2-point shooting basketball we will have here on the channel. Milwaukee Bucks taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. It'll be Giannis Antetokounmpo going up against Jared Allen, Evan Mobley. As Peyton Pritchard buries a late 3. He's got 114. Fort made 3 of the game with 10 seconds left. And this game is over. 117-108 the final score. The Boston Celtics choked an 8-point lead. They embarrassed themselves tonight. Oh! Things getting chippy right now. Joe Mazzulla with some words at the handshake line right now. Stare me right in the eyes to the referees. Joe Mazzulla gonna get fined by the NBA as he has some words with the referees, and the police has to escort him out of the TD Garden. Joe Mazzulla escorted by security out of the TD Garden, having some words with the referees right there. An embarrassing, despicable display tonight for the Boston Celtics. You want more content like this? You want more big U's? You want more Fuka Chokas? Stay tuned when the Boston Celtics take on the Western Conference in January. 117-108 the final score. One of the worst losses this season alongside that game against the Hawks from over a month ago in group play in the Cup. If you guys enjoyed the stream for this one, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and Joe Mazzulla is going to get some fines coming down for him by the NBA, potentially suspensions as well. He had some big-time words for the ref at the end of this game, and security had to come in and get him off the floor ASAP. And this is how this game wrapped up. I'll be back tomorrow night for some actual 2-point shooting. We will have Bucks against Cavs. Expect the points to be racked up in the paint tomorrow. The Greek Freak going up against Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, and then the backcourt of Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland should be a fun one tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, these two teams are back in action on Saturday night, 8 p.m., so we'll see how that goes. Boston at Chicago. Jason Tatum, big game for him tonight. Not enough, though. 31 points, 10 rebounds. Needed a lot more help. Porzingis finished with 20. 19 points by Jaylen Brown in a rough 1 for 8 from the perimeter for Jaylen today. 16 by Derek White. Pritchard finished with just 14 tonight. Drew Holiday with only 6. Tough game. When you look back at this one, you see the Celtics are 14 for 56 from the perimeter. Over-reliance on the 3 and not making their 3s tonight. Bricking threes. 25% from the perimeter. 58% from 2. Yet the Celtics, they attempted 97 total shots. 56 of those shots were threes. Only 41% of those shots were twos. Live by the three, die by the three. The Boston Celtics crumbled like a crumbling crumble cookie this holiday season did. And they got crushed by missing 3 after 3 after 3 tonight. Yep, I hear you, Good Times TV. This was not a good time tonight for the Boston Celtics. Just pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. This Bulls team ranked dead last in the NBA in points in the paint defense, and the Celtics attempted 16 more threes than twos tonight in this game. It's just absolutely horrific. Like, I'm sorry to you guys. If you guys out there bet a large sum of money, bet a payment that was as big as your mortgage, bet house money on this game, I feel you guys, because you should not be scammed like that by this Boston Celtics team tonight. They come out, they go through the motions, and the game on paper, you know that they should be able to win, should be able to cover, should be able to pound this team. And the Celtics going through the motions tonight. Just, it was a home game as well. 14.5 point favor. Just absolutely despicable. Just terrible. This is the second loss this season that has happened to the Celtics like this. The other one, too, when they played the Atlanta Hawks. Like, this is the second time it's happened. Every single time the Celtics have bounced back, they have yet to go on a losing streak this season. But once again, this is another game that it's going to give the Celtics a wake-up call. Like, they haven't even played any teams in the Western Conference yet for a long time. This is their upcoming schedule for January. If the Celtics keep on playing like this, they're going to be playing 500 ball in January. They got to clean this up ASAP. Starting off in January, Minnesota, Houston, Oklahoma City, Denver. All 4 games are on the road from January 2 through January 7. Physical, and then Jokic. That's the first 3 teams in the schedule. Trash-talking Anthony Edwards. Number 2 ranked defensive efficiency team, Ime Udoka in Houston. Number 1 ranked defensive efficiency team, Oklahoma City, Nikola Jokic, and the improving Denver Nuggets at Denver. A team that you cannot win at recently on the road. 1 mile above sea level. After that, a little bit lighter, Sacramento at home, Pelicans at home. After that, Raptors on the road, Magic at home, Hawks at home. And then you get a 4-game road trip again that's going to give you a lot of issues. At Golden State. When has the Celtics been able to shake off Golden State? Golden State's getting crushed against Memphis tonight, but they just can't shake the demon out of their system ever because Draymond Green and those big boys are physical. At the Clippers. Clippers always seem to shock the Celtics in January. They did that last year. Don't sleep on that Clippers team. At LeBron and the Lakers. That always gives a battle. 10 o'clock game, anything could happen. At the Dallas Mavericks, January 25. And you know, Dallas on a Saturday midday game at 5:30 p.m. They've got that game circled on their calendar after losing the finals last year to the Celtics. That's what they got in January. Really, really tough schedule. And what a joke tonight here. I mean, people pay big bucks for this stuff to bet these games. And the Celtics come out like that, where everybody else is playing their game by how their lines were basically adjusted for them, besides Golden State tonight. Rockets taking care of business against the Pelicans by a landslide. Nets and Raptors are a close game. Spurs and Hawks are a close game. Mavs and Clippers are a close game. Pacers and Suns are a close game. T-Wolves and Knicks are a close game. Everybody else taking care of business, playing a close game, and the Celtics here are hefty favorites, lay an egg. I mean, people pay big bucks for this stuff, and you come out and do that tonight, just embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. I feel for everybody who paid a ticket tonight in that arena, because you do not deserve this. 21-6 now for the Celtics, and what should be 22-5 for Boston. Just terrible. Less than a week to go before Christmas. This was not an early Christmas gift for those Celtics fans in attendance, and they got to really clean it up fast because they are at Chicago in their next game on Saturday. Thanks all for joining in tonight, being a part in the stream for this one. Just embarrassing tonight for the Celtics. That's all I got here, and we will close out to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. We got Jason, Bradley, Warren, Kelly, I Am Ghost, the Nija Player, Asia, Ice Ice Baby, Katie, Ogie, which is new to the membership. Thanks so much for Ogie here. First time on the membership. Just joined the other day. SGA Sports Talk channel. Lonely Satellite, Michael, John, Norma, Jonathan, Guido, and Mark. Thanks all for joining in tonight, being a part here on the stream for this one. Celtics choke on a big one, and they lose this game. One of their worst losses this season, 117-108 against Chicago's. The Bulls win. Thanks all for joining in, everybody. And have a nice rest of your Thursday night.